And for the 100th time, buonasera a tutti. Good evening, everyone. Just past 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Rob time. It is What's the Scoop? And I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in once again. And before I introduce everybody as usual, I just want to say something real quick. I really love when things just tend to work out better than you expected, and things take a path that was better than what you planned. About 6 weeks ago on this show, we had an episode where, excuse me, sorry, we had talked about just we were kind of starting to project until the new year, and we were talking to somebody who was on as a guest, and they were basically talking during then and afterward. They were talking about, I want to come back for 100th. I want to come back for the 100th. You're not going to see them come back for the 100th tonight, only because that person ended up becoming part of the show every single week. Rob, with that, how you doing, buddy?
I Scoop, you always do something that causes me to blow a gasket, bro. You make me blow like at least 6 brain cells in a week, and you did it again. Because for the 100 show, we load in here, everything's good, and then all of a sudden, move your head. I see that stupid bunny again, and I'm like, what? And I thought you actually bought the bunny, because I was gonna say if you bought the bunny, it would have been better. And I'm already planning on buying the bunny when we get a studio and putting it by Brandon's chair so it just haunts him for the rest of his life. And so then we proceed. That here's Brandon doing this, and then I was like, I'm gonna get the Antonio Brown kicking the punter photo, which is what I did. So yes,
it's better than his hit from Vontez Perfect.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I wish you went a step further and actually bought the bunny, but that's going into the budget in like a year's time. It's fine.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of this earlier. I only thought of this like about an hour and a half ago, and I don't know how I would have carried that thing on the ice and snow outside. I definitely think
I
I
also want to
definitely would have popped
apologize.
it and turned it into like chewed bubble gum. So
I want to apologize for interrupting, Scoop, but the thing with that specific image that always trips me out is it genuinely looks like the bunny is about to smoke a cigar or a cigarette or something. Like if you look at the left side of the photo, it
I
looks
didn't
like
even
the bunny
see that.
is like about to smoke something.
I thought that was a paintbrush.
It is a paintbrush, but it does look
Oh.
like it's about to smoke something. So that's like the one thing now that I look at that specific image and I'm like, bro, that bunny smoking is the reason the Eagles got Sean Mannion. So you should be happy about it.
What really is funny to me is that we always joke about each other like doing things or looking like things or whatever that turns into other people's what do we call it, sleep paralysis demon. And I'm sure that this is going to be somebody's sleep paralysis demon, probably my own.
Are you talking about your cat?
No, I'm talking about this image.
No, because your cat is the White House demon.
My cat is the ubiquitous demon at this point as she tries to eat poisonous berries.
Jesus.
Get your head out of there. With that, and we're going to get into that topic that you just kind of alluded to right now. But of course, first and foremost, Brandon, great to see you, and looking forward to this show. Your addition was one of the biggest moments that we had in 2025, and very much want to say thank you for all that you've done thus far.
Yeah, thanks, Scoop. When we started it together versus just doing it on your own, I when you asked me, hey, would you want to come on to it? I said, yeah, you know what? Sure. I could always handle doing more shows, and then I didn't expect it to turn into something that as fun as this. So,
Right.
I'm enjoying the ride, and there's still a long way to go yet, and there's
Absolutely.
a long way to go tonight, even. So,
oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. And with that, we've got people coming on later who are going to probably be traipsing in and out, but some people I know definitely wanted to be here either in the chat or on air with us tonight. So I'm looking forward to those people coming in later. But with that, I want to get to the comments real quick. William Hathaway, Mr. Hathaway is saying, good evening, fellas. Good evening, Mr. Hathaway. Thanks for tuning in for the 100th episode, and thanks for tuning in recently. You're on quite a bit, and we greatly appreciate it. Hope you've had a good week. There's a kick person saying their name is Late Joiner, and they've got some sort of emoticon there. I can't really tell what that is. But it looks like
Star Wars one. What the heck?
I can't tell. It looks like somebody dancing with. Are those either lightsabers or glow sticks?
Okay, so it is
Something like that.
lightsabers. Cause I see Jedi. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a Jedi. Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies yet, but
we are going to take care of that. We're gonna take care of that.
Yeah.
This
Real quick, because I don't know if the people know this yet, but in a couple of months we're going to be starting sort of a spin-off of this show, but it's not going to be sports related. It's going to be pop culture related, because everybody and their dog, from my close friends to my family to my past girlfriends to so many people, tell me that I'm not pop culture enough. So I'm going to get more pop cultured.
Yeah, we're doing Star Wars, we're doing MCU, we're doing Batman, because that's Brandon's favorite thing in the world is to do some Batman stuff. So it's going to be a lot of that.
It was so funny. About a week or two ago, someone asked me, or one of y'all asked me, what my favorite or what I think the best Batman was, something like that. Yeah. And I'm just sitting here thinking, there's more than one Batman.
Yeah, there's like 6, dude. There's like 6.
Okay, well, we'll get to that when we come to it. But as Rob just kind of made a passing mention to, we had, once again, as we all talked about, we had some breaking news come in right about an hour before we went live tonight. We have some white smoke coming from the Eagles offensive coordinator search at long last, and it's a name that none of us really discussed on the show recently. It didn't really become part of the discussion cycle until about 48 hours ago, when we first found out that he was being interviewed, and it became apparent that he was going to be getting a second interview in short order, which was the only second interview we'd known of at the time. They've done a couple since then, but as sure enough, it is former Packers quarterback coach Sean Mannion, also former NFL quarterback for teams like the Seahawks and the Vikings, as well as a couple of others. He is the guy in Philadelphia. And then, as my fellow Eagles fan, what are your thoughts on this? I know you and I have spoken about him a lot the last couple of days. What's your take on the matter?
I think the more that I'm learning about him, the more I like him. There's a lot of boxes he checks off for me. First of all, I mean, and we can kind of go back and forth on this one, but I just like the fact that there's no ties kind of whatsoever. There's no direct ties to Nick Sirianni. I like that. It's a fresh kind of perspective on the offense. I like the fact that he's younger. I like the fact that, just in a hypothetical standpoint, if he succeeds this year, he's not likely to leave right away, just because he's so young, kind of needs a little bit more growing after this 1 year. So he probably wouldn't leave. I like the fact that former quarterback, we do well with former quarterbacks that become coaches. The Eagles have a long track record of that and success with that. And I like that. And the one thing that really drew me into him is that when he did play, because I remember him as a player too, obviously as a backup, he played under 4 different played or coached for 4 different coaches. So last year, we know he was under Matt LaFleur, good offensive mind. When he was a player, he was under 3 different ones. He was under Kevin O'Connell, he was under Kevin Stefanski, and he was under Sean McVay. And those are probably 3 of the best football minds in the game right now. I mean, they've been the hottest ones. 2 of which we've talked about on this show the last year. McVay, we always talk about all the time, being one of the smartest football guys ever. So just all those kind of green flags there are really getting me excited for what he's going to bring to this offense. And I don't think that he's somebody that had to get used to a lot of different systems and has played under different systems. And Jalen Hurts has played under different systems. So I think those guys can relate to that. They can relate to a younger face in that locker room. Now Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni are younger guys anyway, but But Sean Mannion being 33, only being in his early 30s, it would kind of be like he's one of the guys. He would understand them a lot more, understand what they like and don't like in the offense.
Yes.
So I think that everything that I'm kind of gathering right now about him, I'm liking it more and more.
Yes.
I definitely didn't want to touch Matt Nagy at all. I didn't want to touch Jim Bob Cooter. I didn't want to touch Grizzard. I didn't want to touch any of those guys. I mean, those guys either had some serious red flags to me, or they just, they might have had some experience, like in the case of Nagy or Cooter, they've had experience, but there's just other things I didn't like about them. Mannion, at least, even though he's inexperienced, there's a lot of things to like about him to warrant at least giving him a shot. So, I think overall it's a good move. And I think I look forward to this era in Philadelphia. And I say era because, like I said, I don't think he's going to leave after 1 year because this is his first time getting a real coaching job. So, like a big coaching job, I should say. So, I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I think you made a lot of great points. I agreed it was time for some fresh blood, some fresh voices. Just want to make it clear before I go to Rob real quick. I do want to make it clear there have been multiple people now who have said since the hire was announced, he has full play calling authority, I guess, if you want to say.
Full play calling duties, authority.
Yeah,
thank God, man.
That's in his hands. He's going to have control over the offense. Now, of course, I'm sure that in some capacity, I mean, it's not like Nick Sirianni is going to keep himself socially distanced from freaking from Sean Mannion and never interact with him. Sirianni is still going to have some level of impact in the offense. But I read the statement a couple times that Coach Sirianni made. And what really always stuck out to me was the last sentence where he basically said, bringing an aggressive, high-scoring offensive scheme to Philadelphia. That, to me, tells me, because in the past, he's used dictions along the lines of, meshing our schemes together, combining our this, that, or the other. Everything I've seen about this in the last 90 minutes tells me this is Sean Mannion's show offensively. And it seems like, Coach Sirianni really wants to stay kind of focused on game day preparation, really stay focused on, game day duty and kind of being more of a CEO head coach. And, people have different opinions on that. I think that's great. I think that that's important. And I think that there's a lot that involves. And I think that I think what's more important also is whether it's coaching or business or whatever you want to say. I think what's really important a lot of times is knowing what you're good at and knowing what you're not. Coach Sirianni, for being as much of a, as being as loud as he gets the reputation for being, very, very validly so, I think he has a lot of self-awareness by not trying to be like, oh, I'll just go back to calling plays myself. He knows that was not his forte. I read something earlier that said, similarly, Sean McVay knows that being a CEO type head coach or a game day manager head coach is not his thing. So every coach has their own strengths and has their own, areas where they're not so great either. So I think also what encouraged me was the self-awareness shown by Coach Sirianni saying that, look, I'm not going to even try and do this again and, go from there. I'm going to share some more thoughts in a minute, but I want to get to our guy down there, Mr. Rob. Rob, what were your thoughts on this? You were the first person I called. I apologize for interrupting.
I could answer. I was getting burgers, man. 19-cent burgers, baby, at Dick's Burgers.
I don't even know. Not even Mississippi do I know where I can get a burger for 19 cents. So I want to know where you're going.
Okay, so first off, here locally in the Washington area, the whole state, we have this burger joint called Dick's Burgers. It is fantastic. It's been around since like the 30s. I'll double check, but it's been around forever. And so to celebrate their anniversary, they do 19-cent burgers, like 19-cent cheeseburgers. So I got a burger, fries, and a shake for $11. Delicious. Amazing. Okay. Amazing food.
But in my head, now I'm wondering, fries and a shake are $10.81?
Pretty much, yeah, because they're expensive. but it's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, that's expensive though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, those are expensive ass fries and shakes.
I was gonna say I can get a biggie bag at Wendy's for $5.
What the hell's a biggie bag?
That's not right. They changed their biggie bag.
Ah,
They have a 2, 4, 8, and a 10 now.
that's still cheaper though.
What the
Hey,
hell is a
but
biggie bag?
you ever tried a Wendy's biggie bag?
Mm-mm.
Oh
geez.
my Jesus Christ! Go to Wendy's.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, the fries and shake are definitely expensive, but fuck, they're so good. Excuse my language, they're delicious. Oh my god. Anyway, Sean Mannion. So his first OC level game was the East West Shrine Bowl, and Scoop was like, "Oh, I'm really excited to watch it." And I was like, "Yeah, but the issue with it is the rule set, right? You can't really do a lot at these college All-Star games in terms of play calling and stuff." Not necessarily. Scoop was definitely right, but it was incredibly aggressive. I mean, bootlegs, action plays. But again, a lot of it is, as an OC for these college All-Star games, you're kind of forced to do a lot of that stuff because you need to put them in a lot of these very precarious situations and how they're going to handle it. So that's part of it. But no, I thought it was really good. And sorry, guys, he's going to be a head coach next year. He's not Stan. There's no chance.
Yeah, but I think that's a big jump on like that fast.
It's a big jump, but the thing is, look, the reason you're making this move is to bare minimum get back to an NFC conference title game. If you do that, he's gone. I think without question.
So in that case, Jalen Hurts is never going to get any stability at all in his entire playing career.
Well, as long as you guys can get close to a Super Bowl every year, then yeah.
Well,
that's just what it is.
That's the thing is, unfortunately, most quarterbacks in this day and age just don't. Like, that's not an uncommon thing.
It's not. It sucks for Jalen. It sucks for Jalen because there's no stability. But how are you going to get stability when everybody's end goal is to be a head coach?
Well, like you know what I'm
saying. Guys I've seen that have had that are Brady with Josh McDaniels because nobody would touch him for a head coach with a 10-foot pole, and Eric Bieniemy, who apparently was one of the worst interviewers that people had seen.
Okay, wait. Can I say something on that? You know which hiring thing I hate the most this entire run? You know, I think had the worst hiring cycle, Kansas City. They just hired everyone that was there for their Super Bowl run back. No changes.
That sounds like
they hired everyone back. That I was like, bro, really?
Like when I say like stability, right? I'm not saying like coming and going, but I'm saying like certain guys have guys come back. Mahomes is having Bieniemy come back. You know,
and their running back coaches, everyone's coming back.
Like Stafford's had McVay for so many years. Like a lot, like the only quarterbacks who have had the changeover that they've had, there's only two. It's Baker and Jalen. So when I think about like when I say stability, I mean just more than 1 year. I mean like 2 or 3. Not like
I don't think it's going to happen with Mannion. I don't. If you guys go far, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
So we're just
you're doomed, dude. You're doomed.
So Jalen's just destined to be. Everybody thinks he sucks, but he gets guys hired every year.
You. Let me be honest. If you hired Grizzard, if you hired Nagy, you would have him for the next 3 to 5 years. But you hired Mannion. Mannion was one of your best candidates. He's going to be a head coach before.
I think if they would have went far with Nagy, Nagy would have went right back to being a head coach.
Yeah,
Nagy as a head coach? I didn't even like him in Chicago.
But I'm saying that because he has all that experience. There would have been one stupid team out there that would have took him.
There were 3 teams that interviewed him for a head coaching cycle this time.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Including
your damn Cleveland Browns, who don't know what the hell they're doing, hiring a head coach every year.
Well, I was just gonna say, one of y'all said that you thought that, I think it was Brandon, said that you thought the worst hiring cycle this year was the Kansas City Chiefs. I was like, did you see what Cleveland did?
And I still think the Chiefs were worse because all the Chiefs did was hire everybody back. They did nothing.
I mean, at least they brought something back from teams that won Super Bowls.
They're not the same group.
But
it's not
listen,
the same group.
Hang on, just give me a second. But what the Browns did was hire as head coach the OC who worked under perhaps the worst head coach in NFL history in Freddie Kitchens.
I
To me,
still
that's
choose
worse.
the Chiefs. I still choose the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs did much worse.
Well, anyways, I was surprised on Tuesday when we first found out that he was going to get an interview, and then when it went from that to we heard almost immediately that he's got a second interview tomorrow, which was going to be Wednesday. In my head, I was like, they saw something they really liked with this guy, and he's going to have to royally screw it up tomorrow to not get this job.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for some more coaching breaking news? It's going to piss you guys off.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
This is going to piss you guys off. So Davis Webb withdrew his consideration for the Raiders job. You know who's the only coach left for the Raiders job? The only one left is Clint Kubiak. He's it. If they don't hire him, they're screwed.
I mean, we thought that was going to be the case. I told you the other day, we thought Clint Kubiak was going to Raiders because it seems like Mike LaFleur after tomorrow is going to go to the Cardinals.
But again, let's say something does happen and Kubiak goes somewhere else or like they're screwed. They're screwed.
I think there's only two jobs left though, the Raiders and the Cardinals.
Right, there's only two jobs left, but you never know. Guys go for offensive assistant jobs in random places. Crap can happen. That's all I'm saying.
How funny would it be if Cliff Kingsbury went back to Arizona?
I still don't get me wrong. I am happy with Sean Mannion. I am still shocked that we didn't interview Cliff Kingsbury even once.
He didn't want it.
Wait, he didn't want the job? Really?
He didn't want it.
Brandon, can you help me for a second? You might know this better than anyone here because we kind of yelled about it a lot at the time. Do you remember Kingsbury when he got fired by Arizona? Do you remember where he went after he got not where he went from a coaching standpoint, but he took a flight somewhere right after he got fired? Do you remember where he went?
Was it Hawaii or something?
Didn't he go to like Thailand or something? He went somewhere like really random for like a month.
Like somewhere, I think it was like somewhere overseas. Yeah, he went. I forget.
I think a lot of coaches do that though.
No, because his whole thing was Kingsbury. Kingsbury was like, I'm gonna stay in Thailand for a year. And then they were like, hold on a second. If you don't get a new job, you're not going to get paid this money that we owe you. So he flew back like a month later because fuck. Language. Jesus.
Like the thing is with Kingsbury is like, to me, everything that I hear when it comes to him is like the guy is like, well, we know this. He has an ego. And I'm not. That to me would have been the wrong decision in Philadelphia. I don't mind his offense, but here's the thing: I don't think his offense fits in Philly. I don't think it would, or at least I don't think it would have. An air raid offense that's not something we should be running. I like the fact that like the things there's all the things I like about Mannion, but with Kingsbury, I heard from a couple. Like I heard rumblings, and to me, like so far, all the rumblings I've heard have been kind of true. But I heard that pretty much he it wasn't made like big news about it. But apparently, I think the last time the job came up in 23 for Philly, he declined to even interview.
Yeah. That I just found the article. He took he booked a one-way ticket to Thailand and told everybody no. It was hilarious.
He's just weird like that. Like that's why I just don't like when I hear his name. I'm like he just gives me a bad vibe. I don't like.
When you have to be hired in order to keep your money, and you're just like, nah, I'm going to Thailand for a year. I get the heebie-jeebies.
Well, it's also Brandon, because what you were saying about he declined because he wanted more control of the offense. That was actually why I thought he made sense as a fit this year, because we had talked about, that was going to be a thing, was going to be him getting his, what do you call it? he was going to be somebody who was going to be getting more control in the first place. That's why I thought he could be a fit. And there were a lot of people I was reading. I think Anthony DeBona was one of them, who thought that was, in terms of purely on Jalen Hurts, that could have been the best fit in terms of pure quarterback, but centric.
Well, I think I know why, and because it's in the name air raid. You're gonna be passing a lot, so it's gonna be focused on the quarterback more and what he can do in the passing game. But when it comes to, and what's important about air raid is that in that system you spread everybody out. What have the Eagles always been the best at when it comes to offense and gaining when they've had their best plays this year or really the past couple of years? Spreading everybody out, empty set. Yeah, having Jalen back there by himself.
But the thing is, Saquon would not work in an air raid system.
As good
of a running back as he is, where he could technically play in any system and be successful.
Hell,
he would suck at an air raid. He would be.
You're not going to put him there. You're not going to put Tank there. You're not going to put. You're not going to have Jalen throwing the ball 40 times a game. It's not the kind of quarterback he should be. So like with Jaden Daniels, it kind of works, but we see like throughout a game that he gets punished a lot. He takes off and runs because nothing might be open, and like it's like when I watched Jaden Daniels run that style, I was like it fits because he has a good arm, but at the same time, just like I don't want a mobile quarterback running an air raid.
Fits with young quarterbacks. With young quarterbacks, it's great because like when I think about it, like obviously we know this, like we know Jalen's not. I mean, he's not old, but he's not young either. It's gonna be, I think, year 6 coming up for him. So, year 6, so year 7 in total, but year 6 as a starter. And when I started thinking about that point in quarterbacks' careers, you want to play to their strengths more than making them fit into a system that's not quite made for them. So like you can get away with that the first 2 or 3 years when they're still kind of figuring it out. But at this point, it needs to be what Jalen Hurts likes with this offense. And the thing is, even this year, when they did run the things that he kind of likes to do and does well, the offense was moving the ball down the field at will. It wasn't often, but they did it. So, like to me, trying to give a very egotistical Cliff Kingsbury control over the offense and running an air raid style in Philly just makes no sense to me. So
that was also that ego type of situation is also what concerned me about Brian Daboll. I don't know, that was also kind of what concerned me about, like, from a pure on field and schematic, I think that it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But my guess is that because knowing what I've seen from Coach Saleh, he seems to be much more of a, get along with everybody, kind of more of a soft-spoken type of guy. He doesn't seem like somebody whose personality would clash with Daboll all that much. I can see Daboll clashing with some of the players and clashing with Sirianni.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on this, or want to move along to some of the other stuff we got on the agenda?
I think we hit it right on the head there. I think.
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I just and I'll wrap up my points in just a couple seconds. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend and play revisionist history that this would have been my guy all along, or yada yada yada. This was not a name that I even remotely thought about, or that anybody. I read 50 articles probably with names of candidates. Not one article that I saw had him as even a wild card.
That's what's fun about the interview process. You never know.
No, but for the people who are criticizing it right now, here's what I will say. A lot of people wanted Chip Kelly back in 2013. Look how that worked out. A lot of people weren't thrilled about hiring Doug Peterson in 2016. I wanted Tom Coughlin. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. This is a risk. Not having having play caller experience is a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what else were risks? Team in Los Angeles hiring a head coach a couple years before he was supposed to be ready.
Yep.
The Eagles hiring a different former Packers head coach 20 years ago. Some of the best things that you can do in the NFL are moving to win, not moving not to lose.
I will say this. I will say this as well, and I think this is something that's important for coaches. Yeah. People got to realize age doesn't matter. Holy crap! Once Sean McVay was successful, teams stopped caring about age. They don't care. And why should we? If you're good at your job, you're good at your job. Why should we care?
And that's part of where I was going with this. But teams that take risks tend to be and this past season, what did we say too often? This offense is playing not to lose rather than playing to win.
Mm-hmm.
Conservative. Way too conservative.
Playing to win starts off the field, and it starts today with Sean Mannion running this damn offense. Let's go.
Yes.
And with that, real quick, Keith Brugman's on saying episode 100. Congrats, Scoops. Keith, I appreciate it, but that's for all of us. We're all here together. We're all a team, and we all appreciate the congratulations from you. I hope you are doing well. I hope your family's doing well. And I'll be looking forward to tuning back into Denver Bronco Roundup as soon as I can. So mulling, that's not a word. Moving off of that, we had a couple of other topics that we wanted to get into, but I'll start off with this because, Rob, I know you in particular wanted to have some discussions about the Senior Bowl that just wrapped up. And we talked a little bit about that with regard to Coach Mannion, and I think that's a great segue into this now. So I'll let you have the floor here.
Yeah, so obviously East-West Triangle was Tuesday. We watched a bit of that. That was really good. The American Bowl last week was awful. I mean, that was some of the worst quarterback play in a college All-Star game I've seen in a long time. We have our Senior Bowl show coming up for FAH on Saturday to get a chance to kind of watch these guys go full speed on Saturday. But in preparation for that, and obviously this show, I didn't get a chance to watch the practice today. I'm going to watch it after we get off here, or after we're also doing some prep for Sunday as well with our award show. But I have been watching the practices, and it's actually been pretty fun. Your guy, Brandon, Bryce Betcher, my God. The physicality, the move, everything about that kid.
Watching him for the last 2 years, I said that's the best linebacker in the country. I don't care what anyone says.
It's impressive watching him. Like in these one-on-one drills, he's smacking guys. He's literally just bulldozing people.
You always talk about like high motor guys. His motor doesn't shut off from the first quarter until like through overtime. He's the same player for 5 quarters, forget 4.
Yeah, so he just flashed off the pan. And then him and Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, who he was lined up next to. Great story. His wife is in the military right now. I believe it's Army. I believe she's a helicopter pilot in the military. So tough family, tough group there. Jacob Rodriguez. Actually, you know what's funny? I was like, damn, I wish these two could actually play a full season together because they actually look really good as a pair. Because he's a lot different. Bretcher's more physical. He's just very finesse, but he's a ball hawk. I mean, there was one play yesterday. The ball, the running back was running up the middle, and he straight just punches it out. Just straight punches the ball out clean. Like this guy, Jacob Rodriguez, is a special guy. Great, just ball hawking linebacker. Really weird to say that for a linebacker, but to me, I was really excited about him. Let me look through what else I have. Diego Pavia was really fun. All the quarterbacks were really fun. There's one quarterback that's left-handed. I think it's the North Dakota State quarterback. His ball looks like it's coming out of a guy with a right hand. He has a clean ball for a left-handed thrower. It's pretty crazy. But Diego Pavia, size-wise, it's a little rough. Like, obviously, his size is a huge issue. But these guys can sling the ball around. But I'm also very curious to see how they perform when you have guys actually rushing at you at full speed on Saturday. Let's see. Chris Hilton, who we saw make that big catch at the American Bowl and the East-West Shrine Bowl. He's another one of just those LSU receivers that's just quick, speedy, get to the ball. Really fun guy there. Colton Hood. My God, this guy Colton Hood, he's being projected to go to the Cowboys at 14. I think that's an ideal spot for him. What I like about him, you know how we talk about with corners, and this is something that you're really annoyed about more than I am, Brandon, of just the hands of these corners.
Yeah.
How they're just too handsy. They get in guys' faces. They get pass interferences or pass interference calls. What I like about Hood is he's very physical, but he makes these little moves with his hands in one-on-one coverage that isn't like, I'm just going to hold you forever. He just pushes a guy off his route, he's just so good with his hands.
It's just technique. It's all about technique. At that, especially with DBs, it's all about technique. Like every position is to a degree. But when it comes to corners, when literally 1 inch off makes a difference. So it's like when I can't play the position, I never did, but watching it for so long, I know what they should be doing versus not. And when I watch certain corners, I'm like, guys, you gotta understand, you gotta understand situational awareness, spatial awareness. You gotta know where to have your hands, where to have your feet. A lot of guys get fooled and they just keep backpedaling into oblivion on a play and either get beat underneath, or they fall over and get beat over the top. Like it's these little things that change the outcome of games. If you are good at jamming a receiver at the line of scrimmage, and if you are good, and if you have good, pretty much acceleration, you don't need to be a fast corner, but if you have good acceleration, and if you have good hands, good technique with your hands and good footwork, that's pretty much all you needed to be a really good corner in this league.
And Hood has that in spades. But what's funny, you said about jamming guys off the line of scrimmage, he jams guys in the middle of the route sometimes because he just puts his hand out a little bit, and kind of just shoves the guy out. It's very subtle, but the way he does things, like with his hands, in terms of just hitting a receiver in the chest really quickly and bouncing off, it's so impressive. Let's see who else I have on this list. A guy from the East-West Triangle, Mark Gronkowski out of Iowa. He just commanded that offense so well, those 2 drives. Really excited to see where he could go. Carver Willis, O-lineman out of Washington. When you watch D-line play, especially in the Senior Bowl, those one-on-ones, those O-line, D-line situations, they want to kind of get in this area, kind of push the guy off, swim through, right? He gets so low and blocks any of that. He never got beat once in the drills this week. I was so impressed with that. And then the main guy I want to talk about is Tyron Montgomery out of John Carroll University, a D3 school out of Ohio, John Carroll University. I'm in love with this kid, honestly. I love when you have guys that just come out of the middle of nowhere and show up at these practices and these events. This kid has flashed off the pan. Let me look at his height and weight and everything here. So first thing, he played basketball at LSU, did not work out very well, didn't have good grades, was very ill actually. So a lot of physical stuff as well. He is 6'1", 185. So what do you guys think of that in terms of a receiver? 6'1", 185.
It's a little bit on the skinnier side, but
right. It's skinny.
Yeah.
And it's skinny, but to make up for the skinniness, what do you need? You need speed and you need jumping ability.
Yeah.
This kid is fast. What's funny is I think he's definitely one of those guys that you're going to see at the combine, and he's not going to run very fast. But I think game speed, he is fast. He is lightning quick. And we were talking about this before the show. It's kind of like an OBJ thing. He has this leaping ability to jump over corners, jump like I saw this guy make a play in the end zone. It feels like he's jumping out to outer space. He has such an amazing leaping ability. And so I'm really excited about this kid. And what's kind of crazy about him as well is he played flag football in Miami, like invitational flag football, and started doing work with like some of these college quarterbacks. You know how they need like receivers to throw to in these tryout situations and like these training situations. So scouts were looking at these quarterbacks and like, who is this kid? And that's how he got to John Carroll University. He is really special. He looks really fun. If nothing else, he's going to be an electric special teamer. If nothing else, he has the skills to be an absolutely brilliant special teamer at the next level. So yeah, that's my list so far through 2 days of Senior Bowl practice and two college All-Star games. So we'll see more as we get through the week.
Appreciate that, Rob. We look forward to following. I know I'm looking forward to our show on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to getting into more of these names as the next month or so goes on. I look at a lot of I think after the Super Bowl, it's a lot of the places that I look at that have the data on these guys is when I start to really sink my teeth into who some of these guys are. I mean, obviously, most of the guys that I know right now are from the SEC, just from watching the Bama games and watching the big games, and of course the teams that made it to the CFP.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate your analysis and looking forward to. But based on what you said, obviously, on a personal level, hoping that guy doesn't go to Dallas. But
I know Hood going to Dallas would suck, but he's perfect for Dallas. He's like a perfect Dallas.
It'd be nice because they would replace Diggs immediately
with him. He's like, yeah, and I think he's better than Diggs was coming out too. Honestly,
interesting. Well, I look forward to monitoring some of those names as we move forward. And excuse me. Since we kind of wanted to lump these two things together, and you are the only one here who can say this, your favorite team is in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Hawks are going up against the Pats next Sunday, and it's going to hopefully not be a repeat of 2015 or whatever year it was.
What was it, 14? Yeah, whatever.
I can't remember.
One of those.
It's also weird because the year in which the Super Bowl happens is different than the year that they call it the 2013 season, but the Super Bowl will be in 14. Yeah. Like, it's all weird. Yeah. But all that aside, how do you see your team stacking up against the Pats? How do you think Darnold's going to be healthy enough to play at his best? What are some of the things that you think are the most favorable, and what are your biggest concerns? Tell me everything that you're thinking right now. What the hell did I just do?
What did you do?
There we go.
Whoa. All right. So this is a really fun Super Bowl week. Is a really fun week, but this week, like Senior Bowl week, Pro Bowl week, we technically call this week, even though the Pro Bowl is stupidly on a Tuesday of Super Bowl week this year. Don't ask me why. This week's kind of really interesting because a lot of these teams are going through walkthroughs. They're not doing anything very intensive. It really is a week off. So I'm never worried about injuries until we hit like Wednesday. So until we hit Wednesday, I'm not thinking about injuries at all for both sides. Because really it's a week off for these guys. So I treat it like a bye week. They go through walkthroughs. Of course, Darnold's going to be limited in a walkthrough or DNP. Yeah. Like, they're not going to put no. So it's a bye week for these guys. I'm not worried about any of it. I think the uniforms came out, so Seattle has the home uniforms, which makes sense, I guess. Santa Clara, I get it. Not that really matters. I don't know if you guys saw the patches. There's a Super Bowl patch, and then there's the America 250 patch. Yeah. Which I think that patch looks really cool. I think all teams are going to wear that patch next year. It's a really cool patch. I like it a lot. So that's gonna be fun. But no, the biggest thing that I always said is I think it comes down to one thing, and I think Seattle's D line is better than the Patriots' offensive line. That's what it comes down to me. That's what I'm sticking with. Over anything else, I think that's the most important thing because Drake May has been sacked more than any quarterback in postseason history this far. I don't think that changes. And DeMarcus Lawrence is my MVP. I think he's going to smack him around. I really do. I think he's going to smack around. So I have 31-21 Seattle. But it's funny. I have to like take my mind away from being stressed about the Super Bowl this week. Because if I do, I'm going to strike myself out and like die when we get to Sunday of next week.
Did you say strike yourself out?
Psych myself out.
I thought you said strike. I'm sorry.
Either one. So this week, that's why I'm like head straight on with Senior Bowl practice right now. Because if I just focus on the college kids, because if I think about it too hard this week, I'm not going to be good for when we hit next Sunday afternoon. So I'd rather just chill. But again, that's what's important about this week is this week, these guys are doing nothing. It's a bye week. They're just doing walkthroughs. They're not doing anything unique. So don't worry about the injury reports. They're coming out and everyone's freaking out about Darnold and all these guys. Relax. These guys aren't healthy. Everyone, give them a week. Let them relax. But again, what also matters, and I'm going to put this out before I let you guys go, which I think is the most important thing. New England's an underdog in this game. But guys, the Super Bowl is a different animal. It's very different. That Monday, guess what you're doing Monday? You're doing press for 4 hours on live television, which I'll be honest, the older I get, the more I don't care about Super Bowl opening night. I think it's dumb. Why do they need to sit out in the media for 4 hours? It's a waste. I don't even watch it. It's boring. But you do media for 4 days. You practice in college, you practice in college football facilities for a week. You are bombarded with tickets. Let's not even forget the actual event of the Super Bowl. The actual event of the Super Bowl starts an hour and a half before kickoff. National anthems, concerts that are happening on the field. You're watching that shit. You're in the locker room, right? Like, so there's all this fanfare with the Super Bowl that even teams like New England, who I think are pretty clearly underdogs in this game, can win because Seattle under Mike McDonald, because Mike Rabel's been there before. He's been a Super Bowl as a player. He knows how to prepare these guys. I don't know, like for the Seahawks, it's a different animal. A lot of those guys haven't been in these situations. They don't have a lot of guys on that roster who have been in that situation. It does matter. I think about the big picture things of this game when we get closer and closer to it, because the Super Bowl is a different animal for everyone involved, even for us. Why do we do FAH on a Monday? Because everyone's at a party. We're not recording. We're like, it's like people go nuts. Like the Super Bowl is just a different animal. And so that's just something to keep in mind. Because with every Super Bowl, guess what? We say all these football-based things about this, like I just said, Seattle's D-line is better than their O-line and all these things. And then you get to the Super Bowl and it feels like none of it matters. Because the Super Bowl is just a different animal.
Right. I agree with like you said, and the press stuff is always kind of weird. But they also, some of it just comes down to as simple as neither team has home field advantage. It's except for once in a blue moon, you might get a team that's playing on their home field, but that's very rare. Real quick, we've got comments coming in from Kevin B. Taylor. Kevin says, yo, and this is congrats on 100 episodes. Thank you, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Pulling from there. Brandon, did you have any thoughts you wanted to add on the Super Bowl?
Not really. I mean, everything that Rob said is basically how I feel about it. It's the one time where Kev, his comment, what time do the Eagles play next weekend?
What time do
Yeah.
the Eagles play
They-
next
they-
weekend?
They play in the Puppy Bowl on TBS at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know,
but-
Kevin. It seems like they're playing rent free in your head right now. Brandon, back to you.
Jesus.
Yeah, but Seattle. I just think, and I've said it for the past like 2 weeks. I think Seattle is the best team, pretty much right now in the league. I didn't feel that way all year, and then when I got to playoff time, and when they basically after they won in the divisional round, I said, yeah, there's pretty much no way I can see them losing. But I think that top to bottom, I think the coaching staffs are pretty equal because I like Vrabel a lot, but I love McDonald and I love Clint Kubiak. I love those guys. So I just think that the coaching staffs are really good on both sides. But I think that everybody talks about like New England's defense is gonna shine through. I'm like, well, Seattle's defense is better. So I don't say that Sam Darnold's gonna be in hell when Drake May will probably equally be in hell. So I don't think it's gonna be too high scoring. I said on FAH that I think the final score is gonna be somewhere around like 28-23 Seattle. I can't see. The only way I could see New England winning the game is if Drake May just handles that pressure well and just keeps firing dots like he's been all year. But he's gonna have to really handle the pressure that Seattle's gonna throw at him.
Right.
And for the most part, Seattle's even their secondary. Everybody is pretty sticky back there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was like besides Stephon Diggs, who's really going to get open on that offense. Like I said earlier in the week, I said what Matt Collins. Yeah, okay. But I don't think that I just don't think that New England has the roster. I don't think New England has the key players. I think the only thing New England has that gives them a fighting chance is pretty much their coaching staff and Drake May. Well, a couple guys: Drake May, Milton Williams, former Eagle, Christian Gonzalez, former Duck, and I think and maybe Stephon Diggs with that veteran presence in the playoffs because he's played a lot of playoff games in his career.
Oh my God, you're making me forget who's gonna be at the Super Bowl that they're gonna pan the camera to as much as they possibly can. Cardi B, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cardi B.
We gotta deal with this. God, man.
But Cardi, baby.
I really think that I love Drake May. I just think it's Seattle's time. Drake May will if he loses this one, we know he's gonna get back there. It's Drake May. So I wouldn't even be worried. Like honestly, they weren't even supposed to get this far. Nobody had them even making the playoffs. So
hell,
honestly,
even with me with Seattle, I said divisional round loss in June. Like both of these teams in a really weird year found their way.
They far exceeded expectations, both of them.
Yeah, I think their preseason odds were like plus 800 or something, or maybe
something crazy. Yeah,
both
crazy.
Both quarterbacks have blown everybody away this year. Like
no, absolutely.
Sam Darnold, this is his second straight 4,000 plus yard passing season. So that's actually insane for a guy that was never anywhere near that the other 6 years of his career.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you get away from the Jets and the Panthers.
Yeah. And I think that, Drake May, we saw flashes of it his rookie year last year, but we were like, we expected a good jump, but not MVP caliber.
Yeah.
And that's where he is right now. So it's insane. It's crazy that for whichever quarterback comes out victorious in this, it's crazy to think that like, hey, Drake May in his second year could win the whole thing and be the first of his draft class, or it'll be Sam Darnold being the first in his draft class, which was really talented, to actually win it all. So
he said, Darnold said something funny, and I completely forgot about it. In 2023, when the Niners made the Super Bowl, he was the backup. So he's already been there once. which is kind of interesting.
Oh,
But
I
as a
completely
starter, it's
forgot
a
about
different
that.
feeling. When you're a starter, it's different though. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
When you're a starter, it's way different.
ask Jared Stidham last week how that turned out.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you know, it's really tough for both these quarterbacks. I mean they, you know, yeah, Darnold's been there, but in a backup role. But as starters, these guys haven't been there. You know, Drake May, there's going to be nerves. I mean, he doesn't show it, but there's going to be nerves. You are a second year starter, and second year in the league in general. And Darnold's this has been a long time coming. This is what he's worked for pretty much to this point. This is what he's scratched and clawed for. So both these guys are gonna. That's why I don't think it's gonna be high scoring. I think both these guys are gonna take a little bit to settle into the game, but then once they do, look out. That's when the fun's gonna start. So,
yeah. Scoop, do you have anything on this, on Falcons hiring Bears?
Ryan
Cunningham.
Yeah, well, I sent something in the private chat just then that there was breaking news out of the NFL, and that's what it is. The Falcons are hiring former Bears executive Ian Cunningham to be their new general manager. So that's the guy who's going to be paired with Kevin Stefanski, who was introduced as their new head coach a couple days ago. That was a great press conference. Highly encourage people to go back and look. But he said that he did indicate, well, actually, Matt Ryan, I think, is the one who indicated that they were close to making a decision on the new general manager. It will be Ian Cunningham leaving the Chicago Bears to take over that position. Cunningham was a longtime Eagles executive before taking over as the assistant GM in Chicago in 2022. And before that had served as a personnel assistant and area scout for the Baltimore Ravens for 9 years. So it's a guy who's been moving up the ranks and looked at as a potential or future general manager for a long period of time. He now gets that chance with the Atlanta Falcons. Ian Cunningham taking over in Atlanta under Matt Ryan.
Interesting. I mean, it's Ryan Poles, right? It's Ryan Poles' is top guy. That makes it interesting. Again, there's not much more I can say other than that, because it really, when it comes to Atlanta, you got to figure out that quarterback spot, and then the rest comes along with it. So that's really what it is. So it's kind of a wait and see situation for Ian and for Matt Ryan in terms of what they want to do.
Right. And there was a good number of what do you call it? Of candidates that they had interviewed for this position. I know that a lot of times people or teams will in this day and age try and hire a coach and quarterback combination. I'm sorry, a coach and GM combination who have worked together previously. From what I could find, there was no significant ties in the past working between Kevin Stefanski and Ian Cunningham. So I'll be curious to see how this does develop. But that's kind of where they're looking at right now. I'll also be curious to see who takes over as the assistant GM there now. I think that a lot of people would probably expect it to be someone like a Ted Cruz. To just want to make clear to people, CREWS. And that's currently one of their special advisors, but we'll see how that goes. So I am curious to see not just Atlanta, but how this ramifications settle for Chicago. Real quick, also, I didn't want to not get to these comments. Eli Weintraub messaging us. He's one of the guys who does the Seton Hall basketball show. He's great. Says, congrats on 100 guys. Go Seattle. Agreed. Go Seattle. Definitely rooting for the Hawks in that game. Kevin says again, Darnold is the truth. Jets as whole suck. They can't punch their way out of a wet paper bag.
That's funny. That's
right.
Yeah. I will say they seem a little bit uncoordinated, and I don't just mean because they fired both their coordinators. But they had a very interesting. Looks like they're going to be hiring Frank Reich as OC. And defensively, I think they just hired a DC earlier today. I'm blanking on the guy's name. Since we just finished talking about the Patriots, I think there's an elephant in the room that we got to discuss at that point about something that made and kind of broke the internet in the NFL the last few days, and that was the news that former Patriots, I'll say football czar, because he did pretty much everything. He was the coach, the GM, pretty much anything related to football ran through him for 20 years. Bill Belichick, not a first-year Hall of Famer in the NFL. So, okay.
That's my reaction to that. Gross.
We've done 100 episodes, and I did like 300 on different shows before that. I have no idea how to react to that.
That's what it is. It's pukable. It's disgusting.
Puka Nakua.
Jesus Christ.
Puka Nakua.
Actually, you know what? That actually, in retrospect, that sounds a little bit like I was being disrespectful to Nakua. That was not the case. I apologize. But Rob, since you had the seemingly more visceral reaction to it, what were your thoughts on this? Aside from apparently having syrup of Ipecac.
Dude, yeah, look, literally, I almost puked reading this news. I'm disgusted. I asked the question when we did the Baseball Hall of Fame. Can you tell the story of the league without blank person? You can't tell the story of the National Football League without Bill Belichick. He's literally the only one. At least for him and Brady from our childhood are the two that you're going to talk about first. You're telling me he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? And then, look, I understand the Deflategate and the Spygate things. I understand that as reasoning for why he wouldn't be in there.
My buddy Eric has a great response to those too.
But I will say, Tom Brady's going in 2028. Everyone flipping loves Brady. He's gonna get in. He's gonna get in year one. If he doesn't, people will throw a fit. The NFL will explode. The Hall of Fame will explode. Someone will blow up Canton, Ohio if Tom Brady doesn't get in year one. So, like, I'm just being honest here.
People already up in arms that Eli Manning didn't get in this time around.
He didn't get in for the second year. He's going to get in at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Eli. He's going to get in at some point. If he doesn't, it would be a crime.
When you look at the Hall of Fame this year, there was definitely about 5 or 6 guys that were going in, or not at his position, but 5 or 6 guys going into the Hall of Fame this year that deserved to go in.
Yeah, and that's it. But that's also the thing too. Is like when it comes to coaches, you coach? Guess what? You're out for a year. You can coach college football. You can go in the Hall right away. But for players, you got to wait 6 years. So that's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
But yeah, no, it's a little weird. I don't love the rule. It's fine. Whatever. They do that for college football Hall of Fame as well. It's really stupid. Anyway, but again, Brady's going to have to wait a couple of years. He's going to get in immediately. Belichick is Belichick is in the coach's wing, I guess is the way to put it. That's a very different thing than the player's wing. So that has to be separated here. That's important. It does need to be separated. But the fact that you're not putting in the greatest coach in the history of football as a first ballot Hall of Famer is a stain on the Hall of Fame's legacy, regardless of the Spygate, the Deflategate, which I understand that can be reasoning. But let's be honest, the real reasoning is that you're upset at him for not giving you a shot to win more Super Bowls when your teams were good, and you also don't like him, which, by the way, I don't think we love his personal decision-making recently. We're not going to go into that here, but that shouldn't be cause to not put him in. Go ahead, Brandon.
And of course, we know Eric, and Eric has been one of my best friends for a long time. Eric's a Patriots fan. And he was talking about the whole, because I told him like why he didn't get in, like, or what they said. One of the big reasons was the whole Spygate, Deflategate thing. And he was like, he said, well, Spygate was because, this is what he said, Spygate was because of where on the sideline they filmed it. That was completely blown out of proportion as to what was going on there. And then he said,
I agree.
And then he said, basically, in his own words, he said, Deflategate, don't even get me started on that. That has no bearing on the game where we destroyed them 45-7 anyway.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I also would add, and this is so pathetic, it's not even funny. The guy who apparently led the sort of coup to prevent him from getting into the Hall of Fame this year was Bill Polian, who was a Colts executive back 15 some odd years ago when the Patriots were taking their lunch money every postseason.
That's what Rob alluded to a little bit.
Which you know what I think was funny? Do you guys know that Deflategate was so big because it was like huge news all that summer long.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
It was so big that it was 2 district courts away. Yes, 2 district courts away from being a Supreme Court case.
Oh, yeah.
It was very close to being a Supreme Court case.
And then
it was Eric, so close.
You know, Eric
which
also
is amazing.
said he said they argued that it was a passing advantage in a game where we had 4 rushing touchdowns. Oh my god,
he's making some good points. And
by the way, the fact that something in the National Football League has to be so big that the Supreme Court, which is way bigger problems than football, almost got involved. We were 2 courts away from that. Are you kidding me?
That's I don't even know what to say about that. But what I really liked and really appreciated, did you guys see what legendary Cowboy coach Jimmy Johnson said?
No, what did he say? I'm excited to hear this. What did he say?
Okay, I can't pull up the audio clip, but
can you send it to me? I can do it.
Okay, here, give me 1 second, Rona here.
This is why I wear this microphone so that I can broadcast this stuff.
Okay, here we are. Jimmy Johnson sounds off on Bill Belichick's Hall of Fame snub. All right, copy link. Where do you want me to send this to you? On the Instagram?
Just on the Instagram, yeah. Super easy.
All right. What's your name? Raw. Okay, here we are.
This is gonna be so
What's
much
my
fun.
name?
I talk to myself out loud so often.
Oh, I do it too. Don't even think about it.
Here we are. And okay, I just sent it to you. It should show up any second now.
Sweet. I'm excited to hear this. This is going to be scathing, isn't it? This is with Pat McAfee too. Oh, this is great. This is great. If this is even going to load. Yay! Okay, ESPN's probably going to give me an advertisement because they're that stupid, but it's fine. Dude, why does ESPN video always have to be slow and build with advertisements? I'm immensely confused why that's a thing. No comments. And you know what? It's always a truck. See, it's a Ram truck this time. It's always a truck, a car. It's always one of those. Always.
I'll swear by a Ram truck.
It's a good truck. Ram sponsor us.
My grandfather drove one for almost he drove 2 different ones for 20 years. So
it's a good truck. Okay, here we go.
Why did it make you so upset that they left Bill Belichick off the first ballot Hall of Fame?
Well, first of all, I think this tarnishes everything in the Hall of Fame. All of the inductees, everybody in the Hall of Fame, just because of 10 or 11 or 12 ignorant who did not vote for him. I think it tarnishes everything about the Hall of Fame. As far as if they're using the excuse of the Spygate, before they had the electronic communication between the sideline and the players, everybody was trying to steal signals. A lot of people would not admit to it, but every team had an individual trying to get the signals or doing one thing or another. And then one of the scouts for the Kansas City Chiefs talked to us. They said, hey, we've got the system. Howard Mudd is the best at doing it. They had a camera and they would film the opponent's signal caller and match it up with the film. And then they would get their signals. And we noticed, we watched the Kansas City huddle, the offensive guard would look to the sideline and Howard would go ahead and give them a signal, whether or not it was, man coverage or zone coverage, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Howard Mudd left Kansas City. He left and actually went and worked for Bill Polian and Tony Dungy. Now, I'm not accusing them of doing it, but there were a lot of teams doing it back then before they put the electronic communication from sideline to the quarterback and the linebackers. And so if they're using that excuse to not put Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, I appreciate you coming out and saying that.
Oh, and by the way, we tried doing it. We couldn't get a whole lot out of it. We weren't real good at it, so we stopped doing it.
We're wasting so much space and energy on these films that we can't. We have. Does anybody know what this means? No. Okay.
Well, the thing about it, it happened so late. You only had, a few seconds to get the signal in. Like I said, we really weren't very good at it, and we were spending more time on it than we needed. So we said, "To hell with it." We stopped doing it.
Okay,
that part at the end was my favorite part of the whole thing.
You know what, Scoop? That's so good. I'm gonna play that on Saturday.
Please,
so
dude.
good. I'm also gonna play it on. Dude, I think it's the funniest thing in the world. I'm gonna say what he actually said because I think it's funny and it deserves to be said on here. I love how his immediate thought was the fact he didn't get in is because of 10 to 12 jackoffs. Is the funniest thing I've ever heard Jimmy Johnson say.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God.
you guys know, regardless of team, you guys know I have immense respect for Jimmy Johnson. If I'm making a coaching coaching round.
Well,
English. Get it.
okay, wait, really quick. But
Coaching Mount Rushmore for football, he's on it.
Well, you know why those Cowboys teams are famous, right? You know, like the biggest reason why. Do you guys remember? They created the NFL draft scouting system. They created the pick trade value system that everyone uses. Everyone in the league uses that now.
They developed the trade value chart. Because the NFL was not a big trading league when Jimmy Johnson went there from Miami, and in the 5 years that I think it was 5 years that he was there, they made 51 trades, and that was more than the other 31 teams combined, or however many teams were in the NFL at the time.
They did a great job drafting, of course, but a big reason why those teams were successful was the trade value chart and trading draft picks. It was amazing.
When I do not fantasy, what am I saying? When I do mock drafts and whatnot, if I put a trade in there, I run that thing through the trade value chart. That's how I put those trades together.
I mean, trade value charts are so ubiquitous now. We even do them in fantasy.
Yeah,
there's literally trade value charts for fantasy football. Yeah, it is so ubiquitous. But it started in Dallas. So yeah.
But I love the fact that he was like, oh, by the way, yeah, we were doing it too.
We were trying to, but we failed, and we said screw it.
And I love the fact that he dropped the guy's name too. That was hilarious. And but the thing that put a nice little bow on it was him saying that Bill Polian was one of the guys spearheading it with the Colts, and that's the guy who was at the helm of apparently this whole coup. I'll call it a coup again to not vote for Belichick this year. I'm just like,
it's always the hypocrites with the worst opinions and takes.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I was just thinking to myself, no wonder you just completely fell out of favor in the NFL. But anyway. I thought it was important to cover that because obviously it was making beyond
hilarious. That Jimmy Johnson clip is hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
I love Coach Johnson. I'm guessing it's because he doesn't want to, because I'm guessing if he wanted to be in an NFL front office somewhere, he would have a job tomorrow.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
With that being said, so I'm going to hold off on the NHL stuff until one of our people comes in a few minutes because we just found out that somebody who's going to be coming actually on the show with us for a little bit is about to arrive in a few moments here. So I'll save the hockey stuff for when she gets here. But with that, we'll go into the NBA for a moment. I don't know at what point it happened, but at some point in the last couple months, I can't pinpoint when it was, but it seemed like it was a foregone conclusion in everybody's mind for the longest time that Giannis Antetokounmpo would retire a Milwaukee Buck, and now it seems like it's a foregone conclusion in everybody's mind that he will be gone from Milwaukee soon.
Whoa! Hold on. Whoa! Scoop, hold on a second. We knew he was going to get traded for 2 years.
Okay, months may be underselling it, but what
No,
I meant was it.
Yeah.
I said, months may be underselling it. But my point was for the first many years of his career, people were saying if anybody stays his whole career in with his team, it's probably going to be Giannis. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would say 2023 is when we started having these conversations
well,
about
yeah,
around there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
He-
that was more my point. I a few months
Yeah.
undersold it, but
I apologize, Scoop, but let me get started on this if you don't mind.
go for it.
Have you guys watched the Milwaukee Bucks at all this year?
Oh, they've
No.
been terrible.
They are awful.
They're horrific.
They are horrid. Doc Rivers doesn't know what he's doing.
I
He
think
looks
we beat
lost. Yeah, you beat them by 12, I think.
them.
I
Yeah.
think the Nets beat them by 12 like a month ago. They are terrible. I mean, even with Giannis, they are awful. I mean, they are so bad. I don't even think they're gonna make the play-in.
Oh my
They're
God!
that bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't by 12. It was by
What was it?
45.
That's right.
Whoa!
So if you want to know how
Oh my
bad
God.
the Milwaukee Bucks are, the Nets beat them by 45 points. Doc Rivers doesn't know what he's doing. I don't understand his rotation. His rotations piss me off from a fantasy perspective, and even non-fantasy. It's stupid. Like, I just don't understand what he's doing. So yeah, it's bad. I know where Giannis is going. There's only one spot where it makes 100% sense.
Let's
Without
see
a
if it's the
question.
same spot that I'm thinking of.
He's going to be a Warrior. He's a Golden State Warrior. Yeah, he's a
That
Warrior.
wasn't the team I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's going to be a Warrior. Because here's the thing. They lost Jimmy Butler for the year. If they don't get somebody in there fast, their season's over.
Oh, it's over.
Done. It's done. They
There's
need
already rumblings that people just think it's over now. So it's like,
No, it's over, but they need him. So it's that. It's Philly is an option, although they have not called them about him yet, which is interesting. The Philly has not made calls. Right now, here's what I'm hearing right now. What I'm hearing right now from Mark Stein and Shams is that one of Giannis's top destinations is Philly because he works out with Maxey and that group. He wants to play with Tyrese. But Philly hasn't called. The Warriors are interested. And that's about it. That's like the only two things that I know.
Well, see, when it comes to if you're splitting between Golden State and Philly, wouldn't you want to go to Philly because the West is so is ruthless?
You would want to go to Philly, but again, my question is, Philly hasn't called. Why haven't they called? Because as of today, they haven't called.
The two teams that I thought you were going to say, the first team that I was thinking of the one to which I was alluding was the Miami Heat.
Miami has no ammo. Their only ammo is Norman Powell.
Oh Jesus!
It's Norman. Their ammo is Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, and picks. They're not going to do anything. They have no ammo to do anything.
Yeah, and then the other one again, this may have the teams that I'm thinking of maybe because it's what they were talking about when they thought it was going to happen this summer, not before the deadline.
Yeah.
But the other team that I had was New York. But
the Knicks can do it. The Knicks definitely can. They have called. I know that they have called. The Knicks can. So what would it be? It would be Cat.
Yeah,
it would be Hart. So it'd be Cat. It would be Hart. I know we have Knicks fans in the chat, so it would be Cat. It'd be Hart. It probably is Deuce McBride, who's been really good as a young guy.
Yeah.
So they have a haul that they can give up. I will throw out Charlotte as an option, as a really dark horse option. They need a big man, and they are playing some really good basketball right now.
Yeah.
Like some really good basketball, good enough where if they get Giannis, they can make some noise in the East. Detroit is an option, but I think Detroit doesn't want to get rid of what they're doing because Detroit, to me, is the best team in the East right now.
Well,
Yeah.
their chemistry is so good right now.
Yeah,
Why would you want to
Detroit.
that?
Yeah, Detroit.
why would-
also, yeah, Detroit's.
Why would I
good,
mess
think.
that up? Let me
Yeah.
quickly look at some other teams that I can point out while you go, Brandon, because there's definitely more that I can think of.
Yeah, I was gonna say Detroit's so Detroit's so good and they love their core, unlike the Brooklyn Nets years ago. But I know that there's been Knicks talk for months on end, or pretty much even this past summer. I really started hearing it more. So I know it's been a thing for a long time. I can't see it. I mean, I guess, but Philly seems like a better option.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to be pissed off with some of these
Go
teams
ahead.
I'm gonna list?
Why stop now?
Minnesota is an option. Randall is definitely available. The Lakers, there's no chance because they have to go up Luka. They're out.
Yeah, hell no. Yeah.
The Rockets need a point guard. They don't need a power forward. They like their core. Although a trade with Eason, I'm looking away because I'm thinking. So Eason, Jabari Smith, a few others and picks is certainly a possibility. Denver is very much a possibility. It would be tough because they would have to nuke what's a really good bench. And the team that can give them the best offer by far, you guys are gonna hate me. They can blow everyone out of the water without even thinking. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. They can give up Tropic.
Oh my god.
They can give up Tropic, Williams, the other Williams brother, the other Jalen. So they can give up Tropic, the other Williams brother, Mitchell. Mitchell has been great. So they can give up those three, and they have a stack of picks, and they can give up Hardenstein's contract, which matches value, and Caruso's contract, which matches value. They have the best offer by far if they wanted to do it. So there you go.
Would they give up Caruso though because of his defense?
Yes, they would give him up without even a single question because Caruso's also been hurt most of the year, and they don't need him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna piss you guys off, but the Thunder easily have the best offer here.
It doesn't piss me off at all.
Oh, it would piss me off. It would piss me off. It would make me angry.
It would just make them the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But it's also you gotta realize the Pelicans are so bad right now that we're probably gonna trade Dejounte Murray. We're probably gonna trade Jordan Poole. I think that's actually more likely
for Ja. It's pretty much what I'm hearing. You made the offer for Ja last week, and they said no. So they're trying for Ja. So have fun with that.
The very next words out of my mouth, Rob, were going to be, please just don't trade to Memphis for John Morant.
Well, guess what? They tried and they said no, so maybe they'll bump up the package. Okay, here's some other teams I'm going to say here. The Celtics don't have a chance because they're just stacked in money.
Are we talking about John now?
No. I'm talking Giannis.
Okay.
The Celtics can't because they have too much money tied up, and Tatum's not going to play the rest of the year. Yeah. At least they're considering him not playing the rest of the year. So Cleveland's out; they don't have a shot. And the Celtics are out; they don't have a shot. They have too much money tied up with the second apron. A lot of these teams that we're mentioning have massive second apron issues, which is going to make the deal very hard. Toronto is a very underrated option. They have Ingram that they can move.
I forgot that's where he was now.
Quickly they can move. They have a lot of guys that they can move. Pretty much that entire roster. Even Scotty Barnes, who Scotty they can move. Orlando is a very fun spot because Desmond Bane has had a rough go there. or Magic could be if the Magic make that move, they would be at the top of the East for me. Atlanta is very much in the running here. I don't think he would want to go to Atlanta, but a huge reason they wanted to make the Trae Young trade was to do either an Anthony Davis or pressure into a Giannis deal. So Atlanta is an option. Chicago is definitely an option. Chicago has Vooch, who's been on the trade block forever, and most of their roster is fairly tradable. But I don't think he would want to go to Chicago. They're just not in a good spot to win right now.
No.
I think the only underrated move that I think is very possible here is Charlotte. I think Charlotte has a lot of ammo to make a move, and I think if Charlotte makes that move, they're the best team in the East. On with Detroit. So I think Charlotte's a fun one.
Thunder versus Hornets would be what an NBA Finals that would be.
It would be amazing.
The two smallest markets in the NBA, possibly.
The Spurs don't have enough ammo to do it. I think they like their young core. The Suns Suns are interesting. Suns are very interesting because they've been very good. Portland is also interesting. Portland can absolutely do it if they want to. But again, we're talking about the West. The West at the bottom is tough. If you want to do anything here with the West, it's the Warriors, the Nuggets, or the Thunder.
I'm just thinking that if he doesn't go to, if it's not the Thunder, in that case, then I think he's going to be in the East.
Dallas. Well, that's another one. Before you go, Scoop, I apologize. Dallas is another one to keep an eye on, and don't forget the one dark horse team that is going to blow up their roster on trade deadline day. I can almost guarantee you they're going to blow up almost everything. Is LA, the Clippers. The Clippers are going to make a run at him because they don't have their first round pick. They need to make the playoffs. They need to be a top 7 seed because they don't have their first round pick. They will make a heavy run for him and many other players at the deadline. Go ahead, Scoop.
Don't remember what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being an NBA head. I was just running through all these teams, so I apologize.
Okay. I remember what I was going to ask now. You mentioned Charlotte as a potential fit there.
Yeah.
Melo?
Yeah, Melo possibly. I think he would have to be in the deal. Yeah. They don't need him either.
Because I know they were looking to trade him a couple of months ago, so I figured that just kind of feels like it makes sense.
Let me hold on. I want to quickly look at their roster. Because who else would they? So Melo.
We've got Kalkbrenner.
Kalkbrenner has been. So basically, what Charlotte needs is a clear center. Because right now, Moussa Diabate has been great. He's been their starter since Kalkbrenner's been hurt. But if they're going to win a title, if they want to go for a title, they need an actual big man, not Moussa Diabate. So that's where it makes sense. So Melo is definitely a trade thought. Brandon Miller's been really good, but I think they're not going to trade Knippel. Knippel's too valuable. They like what he can do. Miles Bridges, Sexton. So like you're looking at LaMelo, Bridges, Sexton, Kalkbrenner, maybe not Kalkbrenner, but Diabate, I think definitely. Yeah. The issue is the only way they can do it with money is probably Melo. So Melo would have to be in the deal. And honestly, if I'm Charlotte, I like it because honestly, I think Knippel can fill in really well to what LaMelo has done for them anyway. And the rest of that roster can just work in an East that is definitely not very good. So Charlotte is a very, very fun spot. Big thing on I forgot. If I'm trying to think through this. If Boston wants to make a move at Giannis, they would probably actually no, am I thinking about it right? Yeah. If Boston wants to make a move at Giannis, one of the guys that will also be on the move, and I guarantee he will be on the move 100% if Giannis gets moved in a 3-way deal, Miles Turner will be on a new team on Thursday. Because that's the only way they're going to have to get. That's the only way they're going to get the deal to work. So Miles Turner to Boston is a very interesting thought in a 3-way deal set. So that's all I have there. So think of that as you will.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I apologize, but that's what I have right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that and how that plays out. Again, like I said, I expect the Pels to be active from a seller perspective.
Yeah.
I I will be curious to see to what extent that is. If it's just Poole, if it's Poole and Murray, if it's more than that. But
Is
we'll
Zion a sell candidate or no? For you this year, this trade deadline, is he a sell candidate or no?
I think he should be personally, but I think that they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to feel motivated to trade him. He feels like a summer candidate to me.
What real value does Zion have?
Well, that's the thing is you're in a tough situation where every time you try and take 5 more minutes to let him build up his value more, you're also running the risk of him getting hurt again and hurting his value even more. So it's like
Right.
it's like, again, like I said, I would move him at this deadline. Well, I would have moved him a while ago, but I would move him at this deadline. But I think that they're going to probably want to move until the summer because I think sometimes teams' financial situations can be a lot different in that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably something that, and I mean, Rob, the cap and the aprons and all that crap far more than I do.
Yeah, that's why Cleveland and Boston is really tough. I have another trade deadline thing for Brandon to keep an eye on. For Brandon
Michael
specifically,
Porter Jr.?
Michael Porter. Michael Porter, his best spot if Giannis doesn't go to Golden State, Michael Porter will be a Warrior. Very easily. He will be second fiddle to Curry. You guys will get some picks. You guys potentially could get some young players, and I will say, have fun because one of the guys that will be on your roster, I can almost guarantee you, if that does happen, is Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, I know.
Will be a Brooklyn net. I'm pretty confident he'll be a net by the end of the week if that's what we're gonna do. So there you go.
You sound extraordinarily happy about that one.
Yeah, Kuminga as a net would piss Brandon off because Kuminga is not very good.
Because
yeah.
because the Nets never keep guys that are worth keeping, and they never get guys that are worth getting. So the Nets are just the worst team in basketball, and screw them.
Do you want Al Horford?
Why would I want 75-year-old Al Horford?
Just saying. I'm just thinking.
Why would I want somebody that my grandfather could score on? Like, no.
Buddy Hield?
I wanted Buddy years ago when he came out of the draft. I don't want Buddy Hield now.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like you're listing names like from Miles Turner on and on. You're listing names that I'm like, wow, that would have been a huge move like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Buddy Hield was my guy about 10 years ago. Not now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my NBA trade deadline list of just everybody. Spew everything out there of what I know. So
yeah, then the Nets are gonna. And then at that point, the Nets would start tanking again, because the only player worth watching on that team, well, the only 2 or 3 players worth watching on that team is Demon, is Claxton, and that's pretty much it. Maybe Danny Wolf.
Yeah, Danny's been fun.
Yeah, Danny needs more playing time. Danny doesn't play enough. I like his game a lot.
Do you want to clean house with the Pelicans scoop pretty much, other than like Queen and a few others?
Well, it's pretty. I mean, I've even heard the name. I've even heard the possibility that Yves Missy could be on the move.
I would hate that.
So would I.
Being on the move, that would suck.
So would I. That really surprised me, but it does go to show for me that I guess they really are open to anything. Because I think they do see this as the Favors and good Lord, the other young player's name I'm blanking on.
Boozer?
No, hang on one second. I hate how much I short circuit with names.
Are we talking about Dibasa, or however you say that guy's name?
Queen.
That kid? Oh yeah. Oh, Derek, the Blizzard. You're talking about the Blizzard.
What?
The Blizzard.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god. You were talking about Derek Queen, Dairy
Yeah.
Queen, the Blizzard. His nickname is the Blizzard for Dairy Queen.
Bro, I
You don't
watch
know-
more.
You don't.
I watch.
You don't.
I
You
watch a
don't
good
know
amount
your,
of Pelicans. I watch a good amount of Pelicans games. Never heard that.
what? His nickname is the Blizzard. Damn
Not,
it.
not something I've ever heard, bro.
Scoop, do you at least know what a Blizzard from Dairy Queen is?
Of course it is. I've had like
Okay.
probably more than 5
Good.
people share of them.
Good.
Okay, good.
So now when you
The
see
chocolate
Derek,
chip.
now,
The chocolate chip one is good.
yeah. So Derek Queen, his nickname is the Blizzard, or Milk. I think someone called him Milk at some point.
Okay, yeah, milk I've heard.
That's so dumb.
Anyway, I don't even remember where I was going with that now.
You were just
But,
okay, I thought you were talking about prospects that you guys might go after, but no,
No.
Derek Queen.
What I was saying is that the team looks ready to hand it over to both Queen and Favors. So I guess they are willing to move off of Missy, I guess, if they get the right offer. But I really believe that Favors and Queen are really the only 2 untouchable guys, and I think they're going to make Zion untouchable. I think anybody else, there's a very strong chance that they can be moved.
Right. I will. I want your perspective on this before I forget, because I'm gonna forget. Is Derek Queen a terrible defender? Do you think he's bad defensively, in your opinion?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm always reluctant in the first year or two to make snap judgments about, this guy is terrible defensively or one thing or another.
But just from what you're watching is what I mean. Are you noticing defensive limitations?
I mean, so I think there are some, but again, just this whole team. Like, I also look at players in the context of what the team is doing. So hang on, my computer's going buggy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, sorry, it keeps freezing on me, and I do not know why. But on the defensive side of things, like you were talking about, I would like to see more from him, but I'd like to see more from so many players that it's kind of hard for me to
Right.
really like single anybody out, especially because again, he's one of the youngest players on the team, and I'm trying to pull up some of his numbers right here just so I can speak with the information in front of me. And
and really quick to back up what you're saying, when your team is that bad, who cares about how bad you are defensively? Like,
Yeah,
honestly.
well, I mean, I still care, but when you're looking at how the team itself is doing, they definitely are a better team offensively with him on the floor. When he is off the floor is definitely better for their defense right now. So I think that there's definitely some, his rebounding needs to improve for sure. But
He needs to crash. If he can continue to crash the glass, he'll be nasty.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with that. And it's just, again, across the board, like, you can look at the plus minus and it'll show that, like, they're generally a better team in those regards with him off the floor. But you can look at pretty much everybody's numbers and they're better with them off the floor, like everybody individually. So it's
Yep.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Kenny's on. He was able to join from work. Thank you. It says Scoops, aka Mike McDaniel, will be getting those capris ready in the LA Heat soon. Had to bust your trust for the 100th episode. I was hoping you were going to come in here and make a Mike McDaniel comment. I deliberately waited on that, on bringing that up because I wanted to see what you had in mind. But
I'm currently like in the process of figuring out how we can get to Los Angeles for the Olympics. We have to get Mike McDaniel on if he's still the coach of the Chargers.
Oh,
during the Olympics.
I have one more. I know this. We're getting away. We got away from it, but I just remembered now before I forget because I was how much I gush over Igor Demon. So tonight the game that's in 3 minutes. God save our souls is against the Denver Nuggets. And And if he makes a 3 tonight, he will have the NBA record for most consecutive games with 3 points made by a rookie.
That's
3-pointers made by a
amazing.
rookie.
He's a great rookie, man. I'm excited for him. He's really good. He's really, really good. I love the whole Rising Stars team this year. We've had such a great crop of rookies, man. We've gotten so lucky this year. I'm Flag, of course, is the headline, but everyone else outside of Flag has been amazing. Just been spectacular.
It's what's fun to me, and I hate it because we play the Spurs a lot, but man, I just can't help but respect what Wemby's doing.
Yeah.
And what he always does.
Oh my god, it's amazing. But speaking of rookies, Dylan Harper, I know he's not getting much run, but when he gets on the floor, I mean, he's a nasty guy too. That Spurs team is fun.
I'm actually going to turn the game on so I can see my rookie make history. Oh boy.
We're going to get into hockey in a couple moments here when our guest finally comes on. But hang on, my screen just went away. There we go. You guys can hear me, correct?
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Cool. Oh, speak of the devil. Or should I say speak of the devil's fan?
That works.
Nikki, welcome in. Fellow former Seton Hall student with Brandon and I, Nicole Gizzi, joins us. Is a major Devils fan, despite the fact that she's wearing a Maple Leafs hat.
Not a great pick tonight, but we'll allow it.
I mean, if you look around, pretty much everything else is Devils flavored. So I could have gone with themed there. I don't know why I said flavored, but Nikki, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, you work
loud and clear.
Perfect.
Loud
This is
and
actually my first time testing the new mic.
Oh, okay,
Sounds
cool.
good.
This is good.
Yeah, that came out nicely.
Perfect.
So yeah, we saved the hockey topics for when you were going to join. We got a few things to talk about. I'll start with this, and I'm going to make both Brandon and you not like me very much. But what was your guys' reactions to the Palat trade? Did you like what you guys got back? And I will ask this just because I like being this kind of guy. What was your guys' reaction to how he played in his debut for the Islanders? Nicole, since you just jumped in, I'll ask you first. Give me your thoughts on the Palat situation.
Well, if we go back maybe 4 or 5 years ago when we first got Andre Palat, I was ecstatic to get him because he is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and having that experience on a very young squad was very important. Flash forward, though, he had one great moment in the Game 7 Rangers game that sent us to the next round where we ended up getting eliminated. But he just really wasn't producing for the amount of money we gave him. And yeah, when we first made that contract happen, I was kind of skeptical about the price and the amount of years too, because he is an older guy and you want to have enough money to get the young guns when you want them. And I bet you that part of the reason why we weren't able to get Quinn was because of his no move clause. So that happened. I'm not surprised how the trade happened, but I am surprised that he did get moved right as puck drop was happening for the Devils the night before. It was very crazy to hear in the locker room after the game that they pretty much were saying their goodbyes as they were gearing up, which is kind of sad given, but it's a game, it's a sport, it's business. But I was not expecting to see Andre Palat go and score a goal in his first game with the Islanders. That was the biggest FU to us. And he's good. I'm not a fan of this trade. I know that we got rid of his contract, but I feel like we just picked up another terrible contract in return for a bunch of picks in him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at his, I forgot what the stats were, but he only has 2 goals in 21 games or something played with the Islanders, and then his contract is $4.5 million AAV for the next 2 years. I mean, I don't understand the logic there of giving away picks and Palat for another hefty contract. I mean, I know that the last I checked, our cap is now at 7 mil, which is not bad, but obviously we need to get more room. So I don't know if any restructuring needs to go with some of the current players or if we got to make more moves, but I hope this is not the last move that Fitzgerald does make for the Devils. And yes, I am a Devils fan. I love the entire league, so I collect a bunch of non-Devils things. I mean, I'm also wearing the hoodie I was referring to yesterday. I'm wearing all 32 teams today. So
I'm not happy you're wearing that for my Canucks situation. That's
I
fine.
do have a Canucks jersey in the closet that I can pull out later. If you like.
Oh God. Oh God.
Ryan Miller. Oh no, we lost the host.
Oh
We
man,
lost Scoopy.
There he
we
is.
go.
and now he's back.
I know. It's your computer is bugging today, man.
No, that wasn't my computer. That was the internet.
Oh, yikes.
Nice.
Yikes.
good,
Brandon,
you're
you
good,
want
bro.
to Devils thing?
Frankly, I'd rather it be the internet than the computer. The internet's easier to fix.
Yeah. Brandon, you want to go on the Devil stuff?
Yeah, I want to hear you on Palat next. And also, just your thoughts on anything that Nikki said, if there was anything you wanted to spin off.
I mean, she said it better than I could. But at the time of the deal, I thought it was all right until I saw how much we were paying him. And I was like, oh, well, that's a massive overpay. And then it got worse. Like his first year wasn't terrible, but every year after that, it just fell off a cliff completely. I think that, I mean, it's important to have a veteran presence in the locker room for young guys, but so I think that's just true for every sport, every team in every sport. But I just don't like. I know he's a good guy. I know that he was a Stanley Cup champion. I know that he has a lot of playoff experience. I know that he was one of those guys in the locker room that provides that kind of insight and that kind of it brings a lot of importance to the team. But I just never felt like he fit quite right in with this team. I never thought Jersey was the right fit for him. I mean, I'm not gonna say like I hated the guy. I never hated him, but I just never thought he was great. I thought that a lot of people overrated him a lot. I never thought he was like the greatest things in sliced bread. Like I remember a lot of people when the move was made, like freaked out over it. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. But I definitely think that it's we talked about earlier in the season when the Devils fell off that initial cliff around Thanksgiving going into December, and we said, oh, that was around the time where they knew that guys were getting moved at some point this year. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, I think now we know that he was one of the names that was getting moved, and I think that ruined a lot of the team morale because he was kind of one of those locker room leaders. So I think that really kind of shook things up. And then when they lost out on Quinn Hughes because of his bad deal and the other bad deals on the team, I think that really sent a negative shockwave through the organization. I mean, listen, I expected him in his first. I was waiting for it, the notification that he scored in the game with his first game with the Islanders. I was like, it's just so on brand for the Devils for a former player to go somewhere else and immediately have a great impact, and he did. I don't like what we got in return, really. I mean, honestly, we weren't going to get anything great for him anyway. But so it was mostly just a salary dump kind of thing. It's good that we didn't retain any of his contract. That's just massive. So I think overall, like I look at it as like a nothing burger, if you will, of a move. But just for us to move forward as a team, you have to start dumping the contracts and thinking about the future. So I think that's just a good step forward. I think for the Islanders, I mean, they're in a playoff spot. They're third in the Metro. I think that them getting a veteran for a locker room that basically feels like they're kind of like that one veteran presence away, like needed from being a real good, playoff contender. So I think that they kind of got that. So I think it worked out for both sides. Like, I'm not gonna say that it was maybe nothing burger is the wrong term, just because I don't think it's gonna be like that big of an impact. But I think that it's just good for both sides just to kind of clean the slate. So I'll take it. It's not a lot going on, but I'll take it, and it's fine. I'm just so relieved we got rid of that contract. That was just it was just an albatross for the last 4 years, however long it was. So I'll take it. Fine by me.
If you don't mind,
you guys were paying Andre quite a lot. Anyway, Rob, what were you saying?
If you don't mind, Scoop, I have a question, an Olympic question specifically for Nikki, if you don't mind.
No, I mean that was going to be the next thing I went into before I saw Kenny's comments.
Okay, so my biggest question for the Olympic Games is what countries, what players are like underrated that I need to watch? Like not U.S., Canada, like who else do I need to really keep an eye on for them?
Definitely Sweden.
Nikki.
Definitely
Sweden,
Sweden. Definitely Sweden.
Why Sweden specifically?
Well, most of the NHL guys that are from overseas, they make up a ton of the European nationalities. Switzerland, Sweden are like the top two besides Canada, obviously. It would be cool to see some of the other squads beef up their teams, but I think that with NHL player presence, it will be a lot more competitive than it has been the past couple of Olympic Games without them. I'm very excited. I am a little disappointed, though, to not see Patrick Kane on Team USA's roster. I do understand that he is 37 years old now, and they want to make room for the younger guys, but he's a legend. Like, I would love to see him play one more game for Team USA.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, good.
Definitely Sweden and Switzerland, though. I bet they're gonna, especially Nico. Nico's gonna be going for Switzerland, so I'm excited to watch him represent his country.
I think Timo's going too, isn't he?
Yes, Timo's going too. Palat, before he was assigned as an Islander, he's also going. There's a ton of guys. Markstrom, I think, is the goalie for Team Sweden.
And I think Brat's going for Sweden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
that rink is gonna suck, but it's fine.
I know.
I was just going to ask: Are there any updates on that potential swimming pool or not?
The updates are that they will be done by women's.
They're gonna have to be. They have to figure it out.
Well, I was gonna say they're gonna be done according to whom? Who was the one sourcing that?
CBC, BBC, all these big guys said that they're going to be done. I think women's starts on the 5th, so it starts a few days before the opening ceremony. I think it's the 5th or the 6th. They're going to be done, but we'll see how it goes on the first few matches if they're even going to get through the women's leg, because the men's leg I think it's like the 12th or the 18th that they're starting the men's side.
Yeah.
Imagine the refs trying to officiate that, and all of a sudden,
just fall down. We'll find out. The women's side's gonna be fun. U.S. and Canada are in the same group on the women's side,
sweet.
which is gonna be insane because U.S. and Canada women are just like, if you think the men hate each other, U.S. and Canada, watch.
Forget the women are even easier.
Women's they I'm not joking. It's like they tear their helmets off.
Oh yeah,
like they are even worse than the men in terms of the hatred.
I see that level of intensity in like the WNBA.
Well, I don't know how much you guys are watching. What is it? PWHL.
Not even a little bit. Why?
Oh my god, the physicality is off the charts.
Maybe I should. Do they televise that?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's free on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have to pay for YouTube TV for that? Or
no, it's free.
Don't they have rules in the PWHL about the physicality though?
I think so.
They have some, but it's still physical. It's still
like there's some rule like where it's like if it's like in the middle of the ice, like you can't hit an opponent in like the middle of the ice, whatever it is, or something like that.
There's something really weird about it. But what your guys' team, the New York Sirens, they're playing at MSG against us, against Seattle. They're doing a big event at MSG, which is going to be cool.
Except the problem is I hear MSG and I want to vomit.
Why?
Because that's a garbage building, overpriced, and I hate New York City. So,
very well.
I have I want to break some news real quick.
Yes.
As of 5 minutes ago, Patrick Kane, I was literally talking about him like 2 seconds ago. He has officially become the NHL's all-time points leader for U.S. players against Alexander Ovechkin.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Wow.
It's about time. It took him like 4 or 5 games to just tie the record from Mike Modano.
It's crazy. Do you play fantasy hockey, Nikki?
I don't.
Oh, damn it. I need people to play fantasy hockey with.
Do you know how stressful that is when there's how many hockey games a week? 3 or something like that?
Dude,
I run into that with fantasy basketball. Like I can't keep track of my life.
I play fantasy basketball categories and I love it. I think fantasy hockey is
you in the damn categories.
I love Cat. Cat is amazing.
Can't stand categories to save my life. Okay, so going from that, keeping it kind of in our sphere because it pertains to a team that I'm pretty sure all of us hate. The Panarin situation. I'll just kind of go around. Nikki, do you have anything on that? Do you think there's a specific team you think he goes to? Is he not going to get moved? What are your thoughts on all that as a rival fan?
I don't know how Detroit's cap situation is, but, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets reunited with Patrick Kane. I mean, look, Alex DeBrincat got reunited with Kaner in Detroit, so it would be cool to see that happen. They meshed very well together when they played in Chicago, so I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him go to Detroit.
That makes sense. Excuse me, sorry. I remember it was like a day or two ago that we saw that he was taken off for roster reasons, or they phrased it in a very bizarre way.
Yeah.
That's how they do it when you're getting moved.
Yeah, well, but based on when it happened, I was kind of surprised that the deal hadn't transpired yet. Brandon, go for you.
I have no idea where he would go. I mean, you got to think about it this way too. He's older. He's 34. I'm just thinking that at this stage of his career, he'd have to go somewhere. I don't know if he's a top 6 player anymore. I think that maybe he'd be a good, probably third liner, I think, at this point. So I think that any team, you wouldn't be adding him to a team that needs a top 6 guy. You'd be adding him to a team that needs bottom 6, that needs depth scoring. I don't know who that would be as of right now. But one of my buddies was making a joke saying, "Hey, now that Palat's gone, you want Panarin to join the Devils?" I'm like, well, anything's an upgrade over Palat, but no, thank you. But I mean, it's also tough this year because of how bad. Well, really, the last 2 years, last year and this year, how bad the Rangers have been. He's been on the ice for quite a few goals against. So he's a defensive liability. So I really don't know kind of where he would fit. I don't know. I just think he's best served at this point in his career with his age and his skill set. I think he's best served as a bottom 6 guy. So probably not so much a fourth liner, but a third liner. So we'll see. But I don't know. It's really interesting. We knew for the last 2 years that the Rangers were going to blow things up. Moving on from Kreider, moving on from quite a few of those guys. Really, we knew that core, once their best shot was pretty much 2 years ago. Now it's time for them to basically clean house. So wherever he goes, I don't think it's going to be for much. I don't think it's going to be some sort of big blockbuster move. So wherever he goes, best of luck to him. But to me, he's a bottom 6 guy at this point in his career. So we'll see.
Makes sense. Appreciate your thoughts on it. Because I know that even though none of us have any loyalty or allegiance to the Rangers, I figured as rival fans, I figured it'd be an interesting discussion. Rob, do you have any thoughts on the Panarin situation, or you want to move on to some of the other stuff we got going on?
Well, I mean, I think the trade makes a lot of sense from what I know. I'm just upset about my Canucks right now. I can barely get into hockey because I'm sad.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you want to talk about that individual who is going to be out, or is that not something you'd rather talk about?
All I know is that all I'm gonna say from a wider scope view is that this organization should have been in rebuild 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I get it. Last year was a great year, and we should have made it a lot farther than we did. But this core this front office could never admit that they needed to rebuild. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Being a Canucks fan for as long as I have been, obviously in Seattle, it's kind of a hellhole with the Kraken now, because for some reason everyone was like, "Oh, I'm into hockey now because the Kraken are here." I'm like, "You idiots! I've been a Canucks fan since I was 6 years old." Whatever. It kind of pissed me off. But aside from that, this organization is always just not known since the riot, which is the greatest moment in our history, honestly.
Well, which one? 94 or 11?
11 is the greatest moment in Canucks history. Since that riot, this front office is too scared to do anything.
Sounds like the devil.
They're just going to blow up they feel like they're going to blow up the city, which is true. We do want to blow up Vancouver every time we lose. I'm gonna be honest, but in general,
and you're not even on the Canadian side of the border.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-hour drive. It's not that
not
bad.
For long if he does that.
No, but in general, obviously I'm joking. But in general, since 2011, they just haven't known what they're doing, and it's really frustrating. And it just makes watching hockey really hard because they just don't know what they're doing. And it's just sad. That's all I gotta say. I'm just sad about it. I'm just sad. I honestly, guys, that's the only thing I don't. I just want a Stanley Cup. That's all I need. I have everything else. Everything else I ever wanted. I have a Super Bowl. I have an MLS Cup. I just need a Stanley Cup. I don't even want an NBA Finals. I don't even want an NBA Finals.
You need the Supersonics back in Seattle.
Right, I need the Supersonics back. But I don't need an NBA Finals, man. I don't. I need a Stanley Cup.
The next time when they expand from 30 to 32 teams in the NBA, I hope one of those teams is the Sonics.
It probably won't be. It probably
won't be. You said
right now it's looking like it's Vegas and Nashville.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Wow.
It probably will not be.
Although I will say, having been to Vegas a month and a half ago, I will say I do want to see them get more sports teams. But I mean, what was the riots for? What 2011, 1994. See, in 2028, you guys are due for a third one. So
I'll be joining that riot, and I'll be joining that. That'll be fun.
Oh, man.
Real quick, I want to get to some comments I'm a little bit behind on. Kenny says, first, Kenny says, don't forget Nikki is a huge Swifty Scoops fan. I can't even talk. That is true. He says, I also have a Seahawk question. Where would you rank Sam Darnold amongst the other quarterbacks in the league? 33-6 last 39 games is impressive.
How am I supposed to rank him without even thinking about the other? I haven't even done that work, which I'm going to do in the offseason. I haven't done that work yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, how about this? Let's kind of spin it a little bit. What do you think of using record as a QB stat?
It's stupid.
Oh, we've all said that. We've all said that on the show for years.
It's just because he mentioned the 33-6, so I figured it'd be a good time to bring that up.
The 33-6 is valuable. Obviously, I'm not outwardly dismissing it, but the reason this Seahawks team is in the Super Bowl is because of the running game, the defense.
Yeah,
Darnold's been doing what he needs to do, but it's not like
which is not turn the ball over like he did at USC.
Which is not turn the ball over. And so the fact that he hasn't done that is the single reason they're in the Super Bowl. And again,
when our quarterback doesn't turn the ball over, everybody says he sucks.
Yeah, it's because he only had this many passing touchdowns. Yeah, because he had twice as many on the ground.
I don't understand. I still don't understand the Jalen Hurts hate. I really don't.
Me neither. It feels so manufactured. Mr. Wiltsey says, "Aloha, gents. Aloha, Mr. Wiltsey. I hope you're doing well. Mahalo." And he says, "Avalanche." Be honest, he's
Colorado.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm guessing that's where he's going for. He's going for that with. Was it? My brain wants to say Jesper Bratt. That's not who we were talking about. Panarin, I think is what he was talking about.
I was gonna wait till you found it. Yeah.
Is Colorado the best team in the NHL right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not even close. They're obliterating everybody.
Is it just like top to bottom roster, or what is it?
I think so. I mean, the thing isn't that they've kept. I mean, over the years they've kept most of their guys. So it's just that core just wins and wins and wins some more. So it's like they're like the Oklahoma City Thunder or the LA Dodgers. That's basically what they are.
Colorado is first place overall.
Yeah, not only are they first place, I think they have like 10 more points than any other team.
Yep, pretty much.
9.
Close. Yeah.
Okay, I was extremely close.
We're actually getting killed right now by Montreal, but one game means nothing.
No.
Yeah. The Habs are. I can't remember where the Habs are in the standings. They're
8th overall.
Can you
overall?
Can you imagine being this far into the season? What is this like 50, pretty much 50 games into the season, and the Avalanche only have 7 regulation losses?
That's wild.
7.
That's diabolical. And I think I don't think anybody else has less than half of that. I think they have like 14 as the second least.
Yeah, 14 Tampa Bay.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I'm every time I look at the NHL standings, I want to puke. Hold on.
I mean, you and me both, because freaking nobody but Vladar can do anything in net for our team.
Yeah, I'm puking already.
It hurts to see that the Devils have like 27 wins and they should be like 3rd in the Metro, because they have so many regulation losses. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, as I say that, we're down 5-2 to Boston right now.
Oh my God! This reminds me. So Brandon and I have a bet.
It never comes to fruition.
Because our boy Shane can't ever see the puck in hockey. So
I remember this now.
Yeah, so what we decided to do, this started last year. We decided the winner of the Canucks Devils series pays for Shane's ticket to go to an Everett Silvertips game, which is our minor league.
A freaking here. What? Oh, okay, got it.
Our minor league team here, and we've done it for 2 years, and now it's going on a 3rd year because we split the series again.
Yeah, back.
So we're just gonna keep waiting until it gets done.
Yeah.
So it's at the Everett Silvertips.
Yeah, the Everett Silvertips.
Fascinating name.
Oh, do you guys see that? I don't know if you guys saw this, but we're getting another professional hockey team in Jersey. It's a minor league affiliate.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. I mean, hey, I'll go to a game if the tickets are cheap. I mean, it's Trenton. I don't want to go to Trenton, but.
I really wanted to go to a Trenton Thunder game before they went from being AA to being an independent league team. Now I really could care about one, but
are they really independent now?
Yep, they're in the Frontier. No, in either the Frontier or the Atlantic League, but they're no longer AA for the Yankees. That's now the Somerset Patriots.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about them. Oh yeah, because it goes Tampa, Somerset, and Scranton Wilkes-Barre, right?
Yeah, and then they used to have multiple more teams. They had one that was Hudson Valley. They had the Charleston River Dogs, and the minor leagues during COVIDism, they wildly truncated the number of leagues, or what's the word? Contracted the number of minor leagues. So it made things a lot more streamlined, which I think is good because that was ridiculous.
People do forget that the New York Bears at one point were a minor league affiliate of the Yankees.
Yeah, I forgot that. Okay, cool. So, while we're finishing up on the rink, Nick, did you have anything you wanted to say about the Olympic hockey, or did you kind of finish everything you had to say on that matter?
I haven't really been following all the developments of like the teams and stuff all that much. I'm just gonna tune in and hope for the best.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Especially with the rink.
Is
We have no clue.
Latvia interesting at all?
Oh, I think it was them one year. They kind of I don't know if it was World Juniors or it was the Olympics last Winter Olympics where they like obliterated Sweden and Switzerland
I
or
think it was
something.
World Juniors. I think
It was the
World
World Juniors. They came
Yeah.
out of nowhere and like people were talking about it for a long time. I mean, it would be fun to see something like that happen again, as long as it's not Team USA.
I need as many USA Canada rematches on the men's and women's side as possible.
Oh
that
yeah.
will
Oh,
that will feed NBC.
Can the men finally win again, please? Stop disgracing our country. Beat the Canadians.
and I also
can we feed NBC's mouths as much as possible for 2 weeks? Thank you.
I also really want a rematch of US versus Russia for 1980, just for shits and giggles.
I mean, Ovi's not going, right? Because
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
because of
don't
everything
think so.
happening. No Russian delegation, other than a few. I think the Russian delegation under the Olympic banner is like really low this year.
Yeah.
It's like really small. Just in general, I think the Olympic banner this year, I think it's the smallest it's ever been.
Yeah.
It's just getting smaller, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you view dopers. But for the ones who don't dope the country.
Yeah, even for figure skating, I know that the Russians always dominated that area as well before all those allegations and stuff came out. So I don't know how much representation is going to be there for them as well.
Yeah.
But hopefully Team USA, actually, I want to talk about this real quick. Team USA has a really stacked figure skating team going over to Milan this year.
They're crazy good.
I'm extremely excited to see them.
Yeah, they're crazy good. It's going to be nuts.
And real quick, just as we wrap up hockey real quick, Mr. Wiltsey says, does anyone think Kadri will be moved? I'm assuming that's Nazem Kadri of the Flames on that 7-7 deal. Nikki, since you are on right now, you want to go? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know if he's going to be moved. I have not looked into it too much. If I'm being honest, I've been like swamped with work. I have to go back and look and see who's on the trade block this year. But on that point, real quick, I wanted to mention this earlier when we were talking about Andre Palat. I wanted to add there that we should have bought him out in the summer.
Yeah.
Before the season started, it would have been a lot less expensive, and we probably could have gotten a lot better prospects and stuff in terms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you guys have to give up a draft pick to move him?
Yes, 2.
Yeah.
Which I don't really mind because draft picks are very especially in hockey, they're very hit or miss.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Jesper Bratt is like the exception. Like he was a very late pick, and he ended up being like the best thing that ever happened to us.
yeah, 6th rounder. So.
Yep.
Yeah. If you guys want to know more about the Russia doping scandal and everything, I would highly recommend the 2017 documentary film Icarus.
Okay.
It won. I believe it was that Oscar winner for I think it won the Oscar for best documentary. It's on Netflix. It's fantastic. I watched it when it came out. It literally gives you like a really good kind of history up to that point of the Russian doping scandal. It is spectacular. It is a spectacular film.
You said Icarus?
Yep. I'll send it your guys' way. It is brilliant. Yep.
Thank you, because that sounds quite interesting. And the last thing you sent me that was kind of like this was on the FIFA thing was quite interesting as well. So
yeah,
I assume this will be as well.
Yeah.
What was that?
You know that rookie kid that we have on the Devil's Gritchiuk? He just got high sticked and he was down on the ice for a couple minutes.
Oh, great.
Oh, shucks. Hope
And
he's
then
okay.
without a penalty. Thank goodness we get a power play out of it. But I hope he's okay.
Wait, was he bleeding? So was it a 5 minute or 2?
It's a 2-minute. But I mean, the trainer gave him a towel for his lip. I don't know if there's any blood.
Oy, oy, oy.
This is period 3. Jeez, I gotta turn that on too.
Wait, Brandon, what'd you say?
I said that game's in period 3. I gotta turn that one on.
Oh wow. And then pulling off. Do we have anything else on hockey? That anything we wanted to? Because I got some baseball for us to talk about next. If anything, if there's nothing left on the hockey front.
I think that's it from me.
All right.
Best cover in MLB The Show history, boys. By the way,
Yes.
That's funny because that was one of the topics that I was going to mention. You guys didn't have that, but I threw it on at the last second. I was confused where they were going when they said there's not going to be a new cover athlete this year. But that Aaron Judge cover was fire.
oh, it's a beautiful cover. It is beautiful. Aaron Judge, for some reason, always gets like just these beautiful covers.
I mean,
Yeah.
This cover is beautiful.
When you have a guy who's that big, who's quite literally larger than life and larger than the game,
Quite literally.
that makes a lot of sense. From that,
Like I only get the digital versions of games, so I'm not gonna have the physical case. But just
This is one in a few years that I'm going to have to buy the case.
Yeah,
I will 100% buy the case when it gets cheaper. Because
it looks
God,
it does look super. It looks super cool. They did a really nice
is
job on that.
beautiful. My two favorite covers are that one, and I bought the Griffey cover, the 17 Griffey cover.
What year was that? That was 17. I think that was the second version of the show that I ever played.
Yeah, this cover and 17 to me are my two favorite covers of all time.
I'll have to go back and relook at that. You guys remember how freaking random it was when they chose Jazz Chisholm as the cover thing while he was still with the Marlins?
Yeah.
Wasn't Jazz like really big that year before though?
But like, but it's weird because he was big, but it never was matching his play. Like I never understood what made him so big while he was with Miami.
Well, it's also keep in mind that cover was not as much about baseball other than it was like flair. There's a lot of flair on that cover,
and that's ironically what Jazz's game's all about: flair over substance.
It's literally like that cover literally has no baseball representation ever. It's literally just him holding a chain.
Part of me is still hoping we trade him for a pitcher, but I'm increasingly not believing that's going to happen. Actually, since we're on this topic, real quick, Nikki, since you're here, I'll mention this. Unfortunately, the often talked about topic between you and I of your one-time prediction on this show that Harrison Bader could go back to New York. Not going to happen this year, at least. He ended up with the San Francisco Giants on a contract. But not entirely surprising that we didn't end up bringing him back once we made the Bellinger deal happen. But I figured I'd mention the Harrison Bader deal to San Francisco since you're on here. And you and I have spoken multiple times with you both on the show and in the comments about that being a potential reunion fit, but doesn't look. We know now that it's not going to happen this year, but maybe in 27 because I think it's only a 1-year deal in San Francisco.
Yeah, I hope he does end up coming back to the Yankees at some point.
I agree. Baseball wise, though, the next thing I was going to mention, some more hires were announced today for NBC for 2026 return to MLB coverage. We knew about former Dodger pitcher Clayton Kershaw, but also now we've learned that 2 longtime first basemen will be joining the fray as well. Joey Votto, longtime Reds legend, and Yankees and Cubs former first baseman Anthony Rizzo will also be joining that group.
Oh my God, it's such a great crew.
I'm so excited for that.
Amazing. Mike Tirico is not doing Sunday Night Baseball. Thank God. There's too much on his plate. I don't want to wear out that guy's
He's not a
voice.
baseball guy anyway.
Tirico's not a baseball guy, so no. So no, that panel is going to be so good. That panel is easily going to be the best in baseball.
Isn't
By-
he in? Isn't Tarico on one of the sports video games?
He's on Madden.
He's in the
He is
current
on Madden. Okay,
thing.
I wanted to say Madden, but I doubled back. Oh, by the way, anybody watching who does play Madden, the live start weeks were updated today. So after about 39 days of them not doing anything about it, it appears they finally have gotten around to figuring out what's wrong with their code and why the tiebreakers were broken. So if anybody wants to go and do a live start in Madden, if they haven't completely given up on the game yet, if they haven't already given up on the game yet, like it appeared the EA had already done themselves. So go ahead and do that now if you guys are interested.
I'm so happy that works because that's how I run my Madden Sims is through through live
same
start.
here. Like I'm gonna I'll either do a Philly or Cleveland one now and start from this week. I just had no interest in starting from week 16 when so much has already happened since then. And knowing that we were not going to get the accurate sim or tiebreakers rather. Oh, by the way, Nikki, earlier in the show, I in retrospect, I probably could have waited for you to be on, and I apologize for that. But we talked about Jimmy Johnson's reaction to Bill Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame, and then we talked a little bit about Jimmy Johnson's legacy with Dallas. So you might want to go back and rewatch that when you get a chance later, because I think you might enjoy that.
Will do.
All right, Brandon. While we circle back to football, that team behind you that's with the Dallas player, coincidentally standing up while he's basically in the middle of falling. If that's not a better representation of the division, I don't know what is. But Adam Schefter kind of shook up the football world a little bit yesterday by making a statement, basically saying when Philly still did not have an offensive coordinator, basically saying that that might not be the biggest news we see in the next week or so. Mm-hmm. What did you make of this, and what was your thought on the matter? And moreover, what's your big thought as to what it could potentially be? I'm going to go to Rob next after this.
I know you and I talked about it a little bit. We were trying to rack our brains thinking about what it could mean. Everybody wants to speculate. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, it's going to be like it's AJ Brown getting traded." It's Vic Fangio retiring, like you were thinking, or possibly could happen.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just me thinking that. Mike Garafolo also mentioned he wasn't sure if he was going back.
Yeah, I don't trust Garafolo for a lot of things. I don't. He's like out of all the real insiders, he's the last one, or one of the last ones I listened to.
Oh, for me that's Jason LaConfora.
Yeah, but like to me, he's just as bad. I don't know how much I read into that. Plus, I think the players would have probably known more than we would have at this point. I mean, I'm sure they do, but I think that if it was him retiring, I believe we probably would have had an inkling getting towards the end of the season rather than just finding out of the blue now, like just boom, he's gone.
Yes.
So I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. I think he's at least gonna be there for next season.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he came here that he was gonna coach here as long as he felt like he wanted to. So I don't think he's leaving. I'm not leaving, retiring, I should say. Because he said that he made it very clear this was going to be his last stop in the NFL. But I think that if I had to guess, just based off of, I think part of the move kind of comes in now with Sean Mannion being the OC. And we saw today that literally right before they made Sean Mannion the OC, that Jeff Stoutland was going to be having a reduced role in the offense this year, upcoming. So whatever that next big move is going to be in the coming week, I would assume it's going to be something related to that. Whether it's just some coaching shakeups. I don't think it's going to be anything player based. I mean, like, I know there's the talk there is the talk of AJ being traded, but I don't think it would. I mean, I know it happened early with Carson Wentz. I don't think it's going to happen this early with AJ Brown.
Fair enough.
So, if I had to guess at what the next or what the big move besides OC would have been, and with the same day, Jeff Stoutland being pretty much given a reduced role in the offense, like they're taking away, I guess, the run game coordination away from him.
Right.
So,
Which I don't think is insignificant.
yeah, it's not insignificant, but I think that if I had to guess, I don't think it's gonna be something like major. Like someone's gonna be like, "Oh wow, like Philly really did that" or whatever it is. I think it's more so gonna be just probably just the offensive side of the ball, just the coaching staff getting shaken up. So I think we're gonna see probably like a new, maybe like I don't know, well, a new run game coordinator because that's not Stoutland's role now. Maybe a new wide receiver coach, tight end coach, something. Maybe a couple different things like that.
I would assume multiple of those guys would be taken over.
Yeah. So
Or replaced, rather.
So if I had to guess, I think it's just going to be some just coaching shakeups in the offense. I don't think it's going to be anything player wise or anything major like GMs or coordinators or like Fangio leaving, whatever it is. So I don't think it's going to be that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's too late in the process for that. That being said, Denver has shaken up their whole offensive staff.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. Is if that does happen to Philly, that's going to be tough because they're going to be behind the 8 ball with where Denver's at currently.
For myriad reasons, I'm hoping that's not going to happen, and that's one of them.
Right. Is Denver might be more appealing to some people. Anyway, not me though, because Philly's just in a better spot, I would think. Anyway, the AJ thing, as what happened with AJ before, I do think that it will be I think it will be a draft scenario.
That's
like during the draft? You mean
during the draft or a week before? I think that's going to get done because I think the offers are pretty significant. And so I think them taking their time and figuring out what the offers are going to be, I think that's where if they do it around free agency, I wouldn't be terribly surprised, but it still feels early. But I think his roster bonus is June 1st. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's June 1st. So I do know that the money the cap number is a lot more favorable to the team after June 1st than it would be beforehand. I think we save $7 million against the cap after June 1st. We would take but the issue the issue with that is the most value you would get is during the draft. So the thing I would expect that a team would take on a lot of that money. So it's just something to think about. I think them doing it before training camp will be a little too late, but you never know. Anyway,
is it possible?
I will say these Adam Schefter things where he goes something else is probably going to happen. It doesn't really matter. They're kind of wasteful unless something actually happens. So that's just something to keep in mind is that they're genuinely quite wasteful until something does occur.
That's fair. I do wonder, could they come to an agreement during the draft about something, but not complete it until after June 1st? Okay.
Yes. Yes, that is possible. The Sam Darnold last year, the Geno Smith thing was post June 1st. No, excuse me. The Geno Smith thing was the move got completed June 1st.
That's something that I could see happening for sure.
So they could wait after June 1st, absolutely, without question. Because that happens every year. And then I think the other big June 1st conversation is Kirk Cousins, but obviously we're not going to think about that right now.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
Losing it.
I hit the wrong button.
But again, that's not for this show. We're not going to talk about Kirk today. It's a long way away till we get there. So anyway.
I will say the thing that keeps coming back to my mind, it was really murky on him at the end of the season. And he, at the very last second, didn't play in the biggest game of the year. I think Lane Johnson might be done.
I think he has to retire. I think his career is over.
You know what's so weird about that whole situation? It's like why I don't get it.
Everything.
Like they kept saying for the longest for like 4 weeks. They're like, oh yeah, he's close to playing. Oh yeah, he's close to playing. Oh yeah, he's close to playing, and then never played. And I'm like, well, then he clearly wasn't. So why are you lying about it?
That's part of my thought too. Is it's like if you couldn't get yourself ready at that point, like do you really now? Is he going to just mentally want to go through an entire offseason once again? Getting ready. If he couldn't handle it, for 1 week, I'm struggling to see how. Anyway, Rob, go ahead.
I will say, based on what I heard during that month, it was a weird injury to navigate.
It was Liz Frank, right?
Yeah, Liz Frank is very difficult to navigate because just as a turf toe is, there's severities with it. And some days you can wake up and do a full practice, and some days you can't. Yeah. And if you're not healthy, and especially with Liz Frank, if you're not healthy enough to play in a game, you're not going to do it. So it's just one of those injuries that is just very hard to navigate day to day and week to week. But regardless, I think Lane's done enough where he's a Hall of Famer anyway.
He is.
Right. He'll walk.
That's like the thing that I'm like trying to like. This is why I don't get why we didn't. I know what the Eagles are trying to do because anybody who's watched them behind the. Not saying you have to watch Hard Knocks, but it kind of helps to see how they feel about some of the younger guys that haven't played at all. They really like Cam Williams a lot, and they might be grooming him to be the successor.
Yeah.
So. And I mean, I guess, but I mean, if I'm looking forward to the draft, which we are,
we're at that time now. It's Senior Bowl week. We're at that time. Yeah. So yeah,
I feel like they got to go. I mean, just because of how bad it was last. I mean, I know you just paid Cam Jurgens, but he was the worst center in football last year or this year, I should say.
He was one of the worst, yeah.
So you've got to figure out I mean, and I know he's still on the younger side, but and I know injuries play a part, but injuries don't tank your performance like that bad,
right?
So I've also heard that they could be looking to bring back Mekhi Becton. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, I would freaking love that.
As a free agent, yeah,
which I would love.
Me too.
But they definitely have to stock up on O-line in this draft. I don't want to see Tyler Steen playing. I need to see Dickerson's becoming increasingly unhealthy. Jurgens.
By the way, this is a great O-line draft. Senior Bowl, these guys have been rocking. I mean, it's really good.
That like and the thing is, Philly built their success over the last 15 years with the trenches. So if you want to keep that success going, you that's where you start in this draft. You need to find a replacement for Lane Johnson. You need to have guys ready to go for Tyler Steen, for Jurgens. Like the only guy you can basically comfortably say is still set on the O-line is pretty much Mailata.
Yeah, Mailata.
So I think, and then after him, I think everybody needs some sort of backup plan. It just you just have to. I mean, Dickerson and Jurgens aren't old yet, but they're the injuries that they are getting are concerning. And Dickerson keeps trying to play through these injuries every year, and it's just slowing him down more and more now. So they need to stop him for his own good, because he's running himself into the ground for no reason. I really need to see them load up on O-line in this draft. Well, O-line, and I don't know if they're gonna do this, but I just need to. I want to see it. Go get an outside corner at some point. I don't want to see another year of our CB2 being absolute crap. Go get a real CB2.
That was painful.
Like I don't want to see a Dory Jackson. I don't want to see Jacorian Bennett. Like that one game alone with Jacorian Bennett and Ringo playing outside where they let up 200 yards just by themselves in penalties because they're so terrible. I never want to see those guys touch the field ever again.
I think Bennett can be better than he was this year, but Jackson I'm completely out on, and same with Kelly Ringo.
Oh.
But I have some sort of more broad, not team specific NFL stuff to get to. If you guys have a couple more minutes, you guys have any interest in the NFL player polls that they do?
That's right now. They're doing legal stuff with that. You know
What do you mean?
right?
What do you mean legal stuff?
The NFL player polls. Well, that's the NFLPA player poll.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Right, but I'm talking about that one specifically. I don't think they're going to do this year because it's in the courts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but no, that's not what I meant. I know what you're talking about now, but that's not what I meant. This is the ones through the Athletic.
Oh, I do know some about this. Yeah, go talk about it. It's great.
All right, so there's a handful of these. We'll start with the kickoff. They asked as background, they changed the kickoff rules for this past season the year before, the quote unquote dynamic kickoff rule, which was supposed to encourage more action after games the previous year saw the fewest kickoff returns of all time. The kickoff returns went almost up by 50% the following year, but the NFL tweaked rules another time, moving touchbacks from the 30-yard line to the 35 to try and encourage kicking teams to put the ball into the quote landing zone, which is past the 20, and then returns doubled, actually more than doubled this past year. So all of those rules have changed. 77 players voted on if they like the new kickoff rules. 73% voted yes, 27% voted no.
I'm glad because it's the best rule change we've had in a decade.
I remember you talked about that on a previous show. Another thing that became controversial this past year, or I think it's always been controversial, but became more discussed this past year, was the hip drop tackle. And if those rules are being enforced effectively, 69% of the players say no.
Good.
And
good.
So one of the quotes from an AFC offensive player said, "I like the rule, but it feels pointless if on-field referees are not going to enforce it. Finding guys later for it isn't enough." A player in the other conference says, "I feel okay about flagging the obvious ones, but it's kind of like defensive holding on the interior. It's tough to distinguish. It's tough to see. It's too tough to see, and when it's called, it feels bogus." And on the AFC, one more offensive player says they focus on the wrong things. They don't call hip drops. This is so correct. They don't call hip drops, but they call first down celebrations for 15 yards. That's backwards, doing NFL players a disservice. I entirely agree with that.
100%. Oh, I don't. Scoop, everything these players are saying is correct. What are we supposed to say to this?
I know we've said this before, but it still doesn't make any sense to me. Why put it in the rule book if you're not going to call it?
Right.
I don't understand.
Going to enforce it. If you're not going to the only enforcement they've done is fines.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't like the thing is, I've seen enough football to know what a hip drop looks like, and I've seen guys like blatantly like open field tackles. A guy will literally grab the guy from behind and pull down from his hip. I'm like, that is a hip drop tackle. Hello, like, why aren't you calling it?
The breakdown here was a lot more divisive than the others that I mentioned. Just ask the question, not about the enforcement, but just ask the question, do you like the hip drop tackle rule? 39 votes, 54% said yes, 46% said no. A majority of offensive players, 65%, said they like the rule, while a majority of defensive players, 57%, did not. Those who were in favor of it most often cited its main intention, player safety. Those opposed to the ban on hip drop tackles felt it was simply part of football.
Yeah, I you know what? I don't even have an issue with that either. I think one of the things that the competition committee will discuss at length in Florida this year is the hip drop tackle. We will see some change to it, some variation. I'm certain of that. Based on what I'm hearing. But I have no clue what that variation will look like.
Right.
But that is a representation of the fact that there is going to be some level of variation in the competition committee. By the way, you know who got added to the competition committee this week, or re-added to the competition committee that wasn't on it before?
Who?
Like the last 2 years? Rabel and Payton. Mike Rabel and Sean Payton are now back in the competition committee room.
That's good. I like that.
The one guy that I'm sad will not be in the room is the one guy who's championed the Rooney Rule more than anybody, and that is former Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. The fact that he's not in the room is going to be a big problem.
Oh man,
it's going to be a big problem. I hope someone does, because the Rooney Rule again needs another major adjustment, and him not being there to talk, he might talk about it. I have no idea. But if he's not there to talk about it, it's going to be a massive issue because it needs to be fixed again because it's broken. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I definitely, I can definitely see it being a negative influence that he's not going to be there.
Again, he might.
Oh, okay. My bad.
He still might, but I don't think he will. So that's an issue.
Here's another question that came up. This is, I think, the last one on the rules side of things. It was asked, which current NFL player would be a good league referee? Guess which quarterback led with the most votes? The guy who tied with him was Drew Sample, the tight end for the Bengals. I don't think anybody would have ever gotten that.
Wow, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. If you see interactions with him with the refs. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
He was tied, and then there was a quarterback who was tied with him. Do you have any guesses, Rob?
So my first guess would be Stafford. It's not Stafford.
No. You're right. You're on the right track with veteran, though.
I mean, it's obviously a vet. Flacco.
Nope.
Shit. It's not Winston because he's a media guy. It's not the media guys. I know that. It's not Kirk because he's a media guy. Shit. Excuse my language. I'm trying to think. Is it NFC or AFC? That's all I want to know.
AFC.
Okay. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Aaron. Yeah, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, it's Aaron.
Yep.
Because once you said AFC, I was like, yeah, it's Aaron. It definitely is Aaron.
Yeah.
He would be a great ref. He would actually be fantastic at it.
I agree.
He would be great.
Here's another one. This is much more serious, I think, and much more health related. Question was asked to 77 players. Have you ever tried to hide concussion symptoms from a doctor?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
19.5% said yes.
Wow.
That's it?
80.5% said no.
I will say that one of the best developments in the NFL the last 5 years is people reporting concussion symptoms. It's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
I thought you were going to say the helmets.
I do like the helmets. I do like them. I do like it. But are you guys keeping track with helmet innovations at all?
Not even a little bit.
Oh my! The next 3 years we're gonna get a new they're working on like a brand new helmet that's gonna be like revolutionary. It's gonna be like 3 to 5 years from now. It's gonna be huge.
I'm looking forward to that one.
It's gonna be massive. Yeah, we're gonna see like a huge shift in it.
There's a bit of a breakdown here that said of those who said they have hidden concussion symptoms and answered a follow-up question over whether they regretted it. 8 said they had no regrets, while 1 said he did.
I'm not surprised by that either. None of this surprises me. I follow this league like a religion. Nothing surprises me about how this works.
Yeah. Here's since we talk about betting on the show sometimes, there was a breakdown of this that had to do with sports betting. Has a fan ever confronted you or contacted you about their sports betting loss or a fantasy football loss?
Jesus.
78 votes, 70.5% said yes, 29.5% said no.
Yeah.
I got a Kirk Cousins report. I can't believe this. Kirk Cousins is expected to be released per The Athletic.
I saw that too.
He will be a free agent.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Atlanta's really stupid and believes in Michael Penix then. Okay.
Yep.
Either that or they're gonna. I mean, we just saw them draft two quarterbacks back to or or have two quarterbacks, back to back in the same offseason. There's no guarantee that they wouldn't go and get another one this year.
And by the way, him getting released doesn't mean he won't be back.
No, exactly. That's another point that I've made on here before. But here's the craziest thing. From I just mentioned about the fantasy football and whatnot. Has a fan ever confronted you or contacted you about their sports betting loss? An AFC offensive player summed it up saying 5 times a season. You know what the craziest part of that was? He's an offensive lineman.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you get a false start and ruin a drive or something, absolutely.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
And of course, if you're giving up sacks and the quarterback needs a certain amount of yards or running backs.
Well, the biggest thing of why he said 5 times a season is a lot of times the receiver will get a big catch and it's a false start on the guy. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. It makes perfect sense.
I hadn't even thought of that one.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, real quick, this is unrelated, but Nikki, do we have Jack Hughes news yet about what happened to him?
I have post game on. There's no updates.
Damn it! I need to. Well, we all need to know.
But the Devils did win in overtime. Nico with the goal.
Nice.
Yeah, at least we got you. We played better without him. It's insane.
Well, that's because Jack's not 100% healthy.
Well, yeah.
Is that still from the infamous Tate McRae plate thing?
It has to be.
It's not a Tate McRae. Damn it!
It's not a Tate McRae thing. It's a team dinner they had in Chicago, I think.
Don't blame
their first day was 3 days after that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
My bad.
Get with the program.
I think I have I for some reason I thought that it was from like I don't know. I thought that they were associated for some reason.
Don't you drag my wife into this. How dare you?
Scoop.
Get in line, mother.
Scoop, do you follow any of these players' dating lives at all? Like
that is the only one that I follow. And if I follow anybody else, it's against my will through this one over here.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Actually, that's true. Yeah, she does supply us with all that.
Yeah, the amount of waggers or whatever they call them that I know.
Waggers. It's just called wags. God damn it.
Wags.
Oh my God, that sounds so bad.
I thought it was like I thought it was like tail waggers.
No,
it's just called wags.
They're just called wags.
Yeah,
God,
I mean that makes sense. That makes sense because what is it?
No,
Wives
and
girlfriends.
Yes.
Oh my God! Can I? Oh.
God, Scoop, you are not okay. We need to get you to a mental hospital. This is not okay, man.
We're still alive.
This is not good, man. This is not okay, man. Waggers, my God, dude.
Well,
really?
What doesn't make sense to me because I hear someone say that they are a wag, and I'm like, you're a wife and a girlfriend? What?
Oh, it's all encompassing. God damn it!
I don't know. That makes no sense to me.
It's an encompassing group of people who are wives and girlfriends of players.
But I've heard people individually call themselves wags or say they want to be a wag, and I'm just like, you want to be a wife and a girlfriend? What?
No, you want to be with an NFL. You want to be with a professional athlete. That's what called being a wag is.
Oh my God, there's so much happening once. Hang on, what?
Okay.
You want to be with an athlete.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't know, but they say they want to be a wag, and I just get confused.
I want to be a wag is I want to be with an athlete, a professional athlete.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Well,
okay.
Now we know what the pop culture show that now we have another thing to add to the list.
Yeah, apparently.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Now we have a new member to explain it to you because now Nikki can explain it to you when we do this in the off season. So
that's true.
That's true. I can go.
How do you think of wags as wagging a tail? Oh my God.
Yeah, I could never.
This is
why because the men are dogs.
If I had a penalty flag right now, I'd throw it at Scoop just for a personal foul.
That was a massive personal foul, bro.
Yeah,
That was
that was
bad.
Unnecessary
massive
roughness.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's
Personal
definitely
foul.
it's definitely unsportsmanlike
That's-
conduct. And the thing is, that's probably his second one. He's ejected from the game.
Yeah,
Because Scoop, this is part of like sports nomenclature,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you don't even, and like that's bad, man. Like,
Did I
it's
finish
sports
everything on
nomenclature.
the? Did I finish everything on the player poll?
We're good, Scoop. We're good.
Oh no, the last one. Should the tush push be banned? 84% said no.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, what other topics were on here? I think that was everything. Did anybody else come with anything that was that they wanted to mention?
No, that's all I got.
The last thing that I wanted to mention was again, as we started off the show talking about 100th episode. Nikki, you were on an episode about 18 months ago. It's still one of the most watched episodes that we've had. It's in like the top 3 or 4, I think. But really appreciate you being on. Appreciate the artwork that you did for the logo. And I did just let them know before at the beginning of the show about editing Matt to encompass them. So looking forward to seeing what you're able to come up with there when you have the time, obviously.
Yeah, I've been swamped.
But it still is so weird to see the backdrop of the Devils while you're wearing a freaking Maple Leaf.
I can put a Kraken hat on if you want me to.
I don't know what you just said because I was too distracted.
I need to see that Canucks jersey though.
Oh my
Seen that
god!
yet.
Yeah, hold on, let me get it.
Oh yeah.
I could pull out the whole collection, honestly.
Oh my god. I'm gonna love the fact that's another thing we can add to the Scoop mispronunciation bank, the Maple Leafs.
I need to ask I need to ask Shane to go through our first 100 episodes and make a compilation of that.
I just want a compilation of you saying Cam Scadabo's name. That's all I need.
I'm so grateful that oh my god, if freaking Jim Bob Cooter becomes the new OC for the Giants and they've got him with Cat Scadabo.
See, he said Cat. He didn't even say Cam. God dang it, man.
Oh my god.
His name is not hard, bro.
Hang on, I can't see who this is. Is this Eric Stahl?
One of those jerseys is not like the other. Well, actually, 2 of them are not like the other.
Okay.
So many Devil stuff. I love it.
I mean,
I love the sound it made as you threw it on the bed. That's how you know you have so many.
Yeah, what was that? And
Now, there's a backstory to this. One year, when I was in 8th grade of grammar school, I wanted to be a Devil's cheerleader for Halloween because at one point they did exist. Well, I chose the wrong year to be one because it was the year they got rid of them. And I went to Credential Center dressed in this, and I was the only one there as a cheerleader.
That's hilarious.
Still fits. It still fits, and it's a homemade costume, so I'm never getting rid of it.
Those are the best ones.
And oh my gosh, Pringles.
Kringles! He called it Jack Kringles! I swear to God.
Adam Henry.
Oh, Henrique, it's over.
This is my beloved Adam Henrique jersey, which he did sign personally. He was doing a cooking demonstration on the concourse when I met him. And
That's so random. That is so random.
It's when the Devils used to mean.
I mean, not gonna lie, that makes a lot of sense. He's Portuguese. Most Portuguese know how to cook, so that does make sense.
Nicole, that's it was when the Devils used to what?
Devils used to do better meet and greets.
Oh, okay, got it. And then this one, I'm guessing, is Marty Brodeur.
Yeah.
And Brodeur. Yeah, my favorite hockey player of all time.
Nice.
The GOAT.
I would always draft him first overall in.
Who the hell is Tutu?
God, you have a Jordan Tutu jersey?
Is it signed?
Yes, it's signed.
This is the only player that you have that I don't recognize.
Could you imagine, like, she's probably the only person that has a Jordan Tutu jersey, and also the fact that it's signed.
I literally don't know who that is.
Jordan Tutu.
That is backwards.
This is his book, and when I went to the meet and greet, I had him sign it for me, and he actually inscribed it.
Oh, that's amazing.
fancy. That's awesome.
This guy is incredible for all that he went through growing up and losing his brother to suicide and everything.
Yeah.
He's a very strong person. And I have the utmost respect for him.
Wow.
This one is my own.
Why is it number 18? Is there anything significant about that?
My birthday.
Okay, it could have been any number of things, Nikki. It could have been any number of things, Nikki. I mean, it could have been 12 for being born in December.
We just had a real somber moment talking about a guy's history, and all of a sudden, it's like, it's my birthday, Scoop. How do you forget that? Get it right.
I didn't forget it. I text her at midnight every year.
Oh my god.
So there's special patches here. So my dad had gotten season tickets the first time in 2009. So this jersey was given to us in I think 2015, 14, 14.
Nice. That's fun.
And the very bottom of this jersey is actually very important. It says "crazy for hockey" because I am crazy for hockey. Can't tell by.
Yes. Was that the last jersey? I can't tell.
There's more. There's more.
Oh, that's a cool one.
See, I won't be able, I'll never be able to have one of those. I want a Stadium Series jersey so damn bad. I'll never get one.
Best Devils jersey ever made. I love this.
That's a really cool one. Hughes, is that Jack Hughes?
Scoop, who wears 86 for the Devils?
I have no idea.
Connection went out. Sorry.
Yeah, I can see you.
It's autographed.
Well, I was just because I know that there's multiple Devils players, so I wasn't sure if that or multiple Devils players named Hughes, so I didn't know which one that was.
Yeah, they're all brothers.
This one.
Well, I know that.
Wait, can you see that? It's his signature.
Yes, but I don't know what. I still don't know which Hughes that is.
Jack.
Jack, thank you.
36, Jack. Now this one.
I love how you just asked me who was 86 on the Devils, bro. I don't remember all the jersey numbers on my own team. Sweater numbers, whatever. Yeah, we knew that. Oh my God, have I told the Miles Wood story on here, Nikki?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, you guys are buckle in for this one, guys. So we were still at Seton Hall. I don't remember what year this was. It had to have been 2021 or 2022 because I only met Nikki during COVID. So this was definitely senior year. And we were
you were just meeting people left and right during COVID because that's around the time you met me too.
What?
Yeah. Didn't you and I meet through one of Nikki's group chats?
I don't think so.
I thought we did. But there was like 90 different group chats at that point, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
no.
But anyway.
Were you in my Christian belief and thought class?
What kind of class did you guys have?
No,
we went to a Catholic college.
Rob, it's a Catholic school, Rob.
Jesus.
We had to take a religion elective to graduate.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm trying to remember all the Christianity related courses I took.
It was spring 20.
You had to take J of T.
It was spring.
What the heck is that?
Journey of Transformation.
And he was not in my journey.
And oh my God, hi, can I help you? Enough with the poisonous berries already. Jeez.
Move it away from her.
Bro, you can't imagine how big this bowl is. It's my mom's centerpiece of something.
Move it out of the way. God.
I keep trying to do that. You can't imagine how big this thing is.
I can't remember. I look back at my courses.
Throw it at the bunny. Throw it at the bunny.
Anyway, going back to the story I was trying to tell. So, Rob, for context, when I say Jubilee Hall, basically it's where the business school was. And basically it was kind of was like a hub for a lot of people.
Brandon's given me the layout before.
Okay. Cool. So anyway, and I hadn't met Nikki in person that many times, but I knew at the time that she was an obsessed Miles Wood fan. And I went in and I was in Jubilee Hall because there was a cafe in there and I would typically go up there and get like a snack or something. And I turned around and there were these little tables that were sat up against an escalator. Yep. And I was going by and I see from behind, I see a gal with curly, like brownish hair, and she had some sort of a winter hat on, and she's in a massive Miles Wood jersey.
On brand.
So, sorry?
On brand.
Yeah. So I go up and sneak up behind her, thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be so funny. I'm gonna freak her out." Apparently, there's more than one Miles Wood fan at Seton Hall. That was not Nicole.
I've had that happen to me before. Don't worry about it.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I was more embarrassed in college than that day.
It's normal.
But with that, as we close in on 3 hours, holy crap. Guys, does anyone have any last minute things they want to get out before we? What in the world are we looking at over here?
What is
all I see is the word ugly and a candy cane.
It's called Fight Ugly. This is a Bayonne High School Christmas.
Okay. At least I got the Christmas part right.
It was my sister's friends, and he gave it to me and autographed it.
That's
for me.
actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
No, that is cool.
My sister, when she was in high school, because this was Bayonne High School, but she didn't go to Bayonne High School. I made her wear this for a ugly sweater contest, and she ended up winning.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's sick.
Which you know what's hilarious is that I wouldn't consider that an ugly sweater.
I know.
And this is Johnny Tage, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh
Whereas my
yeah.
mom likes to call him Toes.
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
and that is a name that I used to pronounce Toes for the longest time, but then I realized, then I realized what it was, and I haven't gotten it wrong since. And then this is Ovi, okay.
Yeah, this is Ovi, the third jerseys. I love this.
What the hell is wrong with you?
This is okay. I think Rob might know this player.
Who is it? It's backwards for me. Who is it?
So it's Lupple.
Lupul. Joffrey
Lupul.
Lupul.
Yes, I do know enough about him. Yeah.
But
Derek Roy.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
okay, yeah,
There you go.
that's another one that I know. Growing up, going to Sabres games.
Oh, that's
Oh my god, the beautiful
tell.
jersey.
yeah.
This is
You
one of my
know-
all-time favorites.
You know, Nikki, do you know the guy, if you turn the jersey around to the front, the guy who created that logo passed away 2 months ago at the age of 86.
No
Like
way.
that exact logo.
This is
that-
like my favorite logo too of theirs.
Yeah, he
It's
passed
so
away
good.
like 2 months ago at the age of 86. The guy who created that one. Yeah.
Bless you, dude.
What the hell? Don't fall. And oh wow, wingies.
Red
Oh,
Wings. Jimmy
another-
Howard.
Wheeze.
Well, another funny thing is that our minor league baseball team is called the Red Wings. So for the longest time, when people would say Red Wings, I would think they meant them, and they meant the Detroit ones. And
And there's Pringle.
Our boy Shane is very confused why the Carolina Hurricanes, why they're called the Hurricanes.
Well,
It's so funny.
well, and the
They're
thing
in
is,
Hurricane- Oh, there's Pringles.
camera.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I like how she's the head of the bunny.
I know.
there's a
When you see like,
What is happening?
oh my God, Scoop disappeared. It's just about. Never mind. All right, Jesus.
It's just a ghost. It's Ghost of Scoop's past.
I can't. This is so funny. Watching this go on the screen is actually the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
This is the best ongoing saga we have on all our podcasts. This is fantastic.
I saw Pringles'
Are you
ass
alive?
40 minutes of FAH
Oh,
last
Jesus.
week.
Are you alive?
Oh,
Oh no.
I can't hear you.
You're Scoop, you're dying.
Pringle screwed it up.
You screwed up your audio.
how?
I don't know.
Oh,
She
you
like
something.
stepped on something.
What did I say?
Okay, now we could hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't do anything, but okay.
Pringles was like for an hour of our show, like our most important show of the year. She was just starting to run back and forth.
I couldn't. My mother and I both couldn't get her down to save my life. Our lives.
It was so funny, man.
But oh my gosh!
And then you said something. And then the best comment you made in the show's history was we were talking about Seth MacFarlane last week, and you were like, "Oh, the guy who plays the fat guy in Family Guy," instead of just saying Peter Griffin.
Well, I didn't know his name.
How?
Not knowing his name is a war crime.
It's actually it is a war crime.
Brandon, we have talked about the fact that I am really bad with names. I forgot freaking Wembanyama's name on the show once.
I forgot Paul McCartney.
I forgot Paul McCartney's name once. Yeah.
It's not about names. That's a pop culture issue. It was a name issue. It's okay. It's both.
But anyways, any final thoughts from anybody? Thank you to the people who are somehow still on after 3 hours. Nikki, since you were on tonight with us, I'll go to you first. Anything you want to wrap up with?
I'm glad Patrick Kane finally surpassed Mike Modano for the all-time points by a U.S.-born player.
Nice.
They actually posted a breakdown of the number of points he has by teams, and by far he has 90 points on Columbus, so he owns the Columbus Blue Jackets at this point. I'm glad my Devils won. I'm glad that your show has grown so much. I remember when I first started watching, it was just you and a microphone, and you were just doing your thing, and now you've got a whole cast and a crew, and it's grown so much, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm glad that I have been along the ride to see this happen for you. And
I appreciate it.
See what the future looks like.
Thank you for the kind words. And I also, you're definitely one of the people. If I went back and I went through every show to look at like the comments, if there was anybody who comments pretty much every episode and engages pretty much every episode, it's definitely you. And I am very grateful for that.
And who blows up our phones constantly, but we're thankful for that too.
Yeah, blows up our phones. The group chat, which is hilarious because somehow the group chat that has both Nicole and Rob in it seems to be one of the less active ones, which is hilarious because in every other group chat, which are smaller, both of y'all are definitely the most active ones. It's the most bizarre thing. You put the two of y'all together and it's like same side batteries where it's like somehow that just makes it less active.
It's really weird.
But with that being said, Rob, before we get it, we're going to have one more show before your Seahawks take the field against the Pats. But with you being the one whose team is representing in the Super Bowl, and I know you've got a lot of excitement this weekend with the Senior Bowl and all of that. You've got two shows set up for us that I'm very excited for. Anything you want to sign off with, buddy?
Dude, are we gonna team up if I am at the parade? Because I want to do some parade vlogs. Are you gonna give me access to this Instagram that you have for W2TS so I can vlog my adventures while being crazy?
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you should already have the credentials, but I'll definitely resend them.
Because guys, you don't it's not Philly greasing pools, but we are idiots when people win. We are
It's something
idiots.
about green. It's something about green birds. Something about green birds.
Yeah, dude. We are idiots. So I want to vlog everyone being an idiot. Move the berries.
I've moved them 3 different times. Okay, bro. Here. This is what I'm dealing with. Here, let me show you this. This is what I'm dealing with.
I can't see it because of the bunny. I know exactly what that is.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And I just
I spilled it.
What is going on?
Well,
he spilled all the berries.
Well, I'm gonna go clean that up now. Brandon,
go clean it up.
Brandon, anything from you, buddy?
I don't know how to follow the three of you.
Hey, Scoop, congrats on 100, by the way, man. It's awesome to be here.
Thank you so much, y'all. I'm grateful that both of y'all are here for it.
I Yeah, since we're all giving thanks, since this seems to be our Thanksgiving episode rather than our
I mean, what? This is I mean, isn't January? Isn't that when they celebrated in Canada?
No, Canada. What the? It's in fucking October. It's in October. It's when the Mayflower begins. It's in October.
I knew it was in a different month. I forgot which one.
Dude, you don't remember when it was the World Series and they ate turkey in the booth?
Oh
no.
God.
Oh.
I didn't realize.
I remember the turducken.
Oh boy.
I was.
He said Canada, bro. The
Yeah,
Montreal
really.
I corrected myself.
I don't care, dude. I don't care. You corrected yourself. My brother in his 2 minutes. It's 2 hours away from here. You just disrespected all of them.
Do not disrespect the creators of poutine.
I don't.
Poutine.
No, I love poutine.
I love
Poutine? Jesus Christ!
We're going really off the rails, aren't we?
It's because I took French for 9 years, 8 years. So that's what I'm used to saying.
Yeah, I guess.
McDonald's poutine is the most amazing food you can.
I had no idea that they made it there
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's
What
where
the
it
hell?
originated.
at McDonald's.
Oh, that's Speaking of overseas McDonald's,
What the hell?
if you go overseas to Portugal, they have some really interesting menu options. I'll tell you guys about later. But yeah, since we're all giving thanks, apparently on the show tonight, I'm thankful the Kevin Patullo era is finally behind us.
Oh, I was hoping we were never going to even bring that up again, but yes, so am I.
I'm thankful that era is behind us. I'm thankful for Sean Mannion for now. Asterisk.
For now.
I am thankful for the Devils winning tonight. I'm thankful to have a glorious Swiss captain in Nico Hischier. I want to say
it's another name I used to get wrong.
I want to say I'm thankful for Michael Porter Jr., but he'll be gone in about 2 days. Not even.
More like 5.
Yeah, maybe 5 hours after the game tonight. What else we got?
I'm thankful for Christian Parker.
Well, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys not letting us interview one of your guys though is so.
That was wild. That was absolutely wild.
But yeah. So yeah, you're thankful for that. That's actually good for you guys though, by the way.
Yes.
But yeah, and on a lighter note, listen, I'm thankful to be a part of this journey too. I didn't expect to be. Rob and I and Shane, we were just doing our show for the last couple of years, and then really since the mid part of last year when you asked like, hey, you want to be on this? I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I didn't even hesitate. I was like, sure, as long as I got the time for it, I'll do it. And I found the time for it, and I couldn't be happier to be part of a show like this where I get to kind of just hang out with my friends, talk sports with my friends, and just be able to, we all have interesting ideas, and I love being able to share that with people.
Yes.
So all of us being able to do that, but especially you, Scoop, since this was your brainchild, this was your baby in the beginning. It's you're the founding father of it.
Father.
So I'm thankful that you kind of got this ball rolling, and now we're all kind of helping to push that ball together.
Absolutely.
So, I couldn't be happier to have everybody on tonight, everybody in the chat tonight. It was a special night. We went very long, but that's what happens when you have an episode like this. We have a special episode.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
And I just want to add on top of that real quick, because we had somebody for several months who is not currently active on a weekly basis, but I want to give a major shout out to Jay Kruger, who is, he definitely left his own impact on the show during the brief time that he was here. He's obviously always got an open invite back to the show anytime he's ready. He similarly was grateful for the Kevin Patullo dismissal and the Sean Mannion era to begin. So, but again, Jay, we're looking forward to have you on again soon. But I got to get these berries cleaned up. So,
we're just sitting there as we're rambling. That's great.
But but again, guys, thank you all so much for everything that's gone on the last several months. Thanks again. Also, since you mentioned it, you made an allusion to it. Thank you guys for welcoming me onto Football After Hours. It's been so much fun. Gotten a lot of great things out of that. Love working with Shane and the two of y'all. Rob, as the kind of manager of all that, you are awesome at kind of the way that you kind of keep everything running and try and push everything forward. And again, I'm just wanting.
I'm not gonna lie. This week is hell for that. This week is hell.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff to get prepared for the weekend. This is hell, guys. This is hell in a handbasket. But it's great.
I remember the other day you were talking about the East West Shrine Bowl. And like you're talking about all these players that you're excited to see, what they were. I'm just freaking. All I cared about was the West team's offensive coordinator. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
but
the amount of prep for this weekend. Like this is the only weekend where we have like a gazillion amounts of prep. It's hell. I hate prepping, dude. I hate it. It's like I hate it. It's the worst, but it's fun.
If there's anything that I can do to help you. If there's anything that I can do to help, please let me know.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to talk to Shane a little bit here, but with that, for those who are watching, and thanks mostly to all of you, and we'll be back on February 5th, next Thursday. And as always, that's the same Scoop time, the same Scoop channel. And with that, Brandon, Rob, Nikki, and Scoop out. Good night, y'all.